with the killers and we going to the top. We blowing up your city and you might get dropped. We are never quitter, we are never giving up. So the enemies, I'm taking them apart. I'm a young boss, got me feeling like the rock. They can never match it, they can never stop. Cause I've been really giving everything that I got. Cause I've been working on a plan, on a block. Over with the killers and we going to the top. We blowing up your city and you might get dropped. Cause we are never quitter, we are never giving up. So the enemies, I'm taking them apart. I'm a young boss, got me feeling like the rock.
What's up, everybody? It's TEKNOBLAST on TEKNO's Game with the SIKSLAYER here, and we may have the realist later on if he wakes up from his beauty sleep. And we're back after a few weeks of being off. I was sick, and like people were out of town. We were busy with stuff. It just got crazy this month where we can't even do anything. No. So now we're back, and hopefully we can try to catch up. I mean, even though I've been kind of disconnected of gaming, I haven't really paid attention to what's going on. And it's kind of a refresher when you're not deep in the gaming bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's nothing to be pissed off about, right? There's nothing for anybody to say like, oh, Xbox this or PlayStation this or Nintendo this and it's bad and like they should just go away. You know, all the negative bullshit that comes with it. And being away for the last couple of weeks or so, dude, it's refreshing, man. Like
man.
I've been enjoying gaming. I've been playing more Marvel Rivals. Getting back into Call of Duty. I've been playing Stalker. I've been playing Outlaws, and I've just been having fun with everything. Playing Marvel Rivals on PC, right, and everything else on Xbox, and just enjoying it, man. Just enjoying what's out there. I still haven't even got to Avowed. I haven't even got to what do you call it? Indiana Jones. We got 2 games coming out next month, right? What's it, March? No, one game. Dude, we're gonna be super busy, man. We're gonna be super busy with games. I ain't got time with no bullshit about who's better than who. How many consoles are selling or anything like that. I ain't got time for all that. I'm too busy having fun. I'm too busy playing games, man. Right?
That's the way it's supposed to be, baby.
Yeah, you can let those other idiots, fight about like who made the most sales and bullshit like that. Oh my god, it's like it's doom and gloom for Xbox. Like, get out of here.
All right, whatever.
Jive turkey, get out of here.
Jive.
I haven't said that in a long time.
Yeah.
And I haven't talked to you in a while because you were doing your thing. You were like packing or something. I
was moving.
Yeah,
I was moving and grooving, bro.
You're moving and grooving, getting some new toys.
Yeah, that's a little bit of money.
Yeah, you're getting some new toys. You got a new phone. You finally came to the future with the new S25 Ultra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the Note 9.
Yeah, the Note 9.
Yeah. So how's it feel?
Oh man, so it's a good feeling up to date again. But I will say, unlike my previous phones, when I replaced them, like the new one feels way faster and all of that.
Yeah.
Right. The Note 9 never felt that way. It never felt like it was getting old in my hand because it was high end.
That's how my S21 was the same way.
Right.
So,
yeah. But I mean, big upgrade still, though. Big upgrade still. But like the day to day, when I click on something and it loads up.
Yeah.
Like that was never slow. That was never slow. So usually.
How's the bigger screen? It's got to be a bigger screen than before, right?
Oh, bigger, brighter, more beautiful screen. That was one of the many reasons why I bought it, right? Like, oh my God.
It's massive. It's a massive
So
one.
huge. Yeah. Almost no bezels. Like the
Yeah.
case makes it look like it has bigger bezels than it really does because the bezels are almost non-existent.
Yeah, it's thinner. I saw it's thinner
Colors, it's
with
black.
the new
Yeah,
one. And somehow with the rounded corners, it makes it look bigger than it really is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I got the 24, and that one has sharp corners. So it's a little weird like that because all my other ones were kind of curvy corners, rounded corners.
Rounded.
But the 24 is like it's complete 90-degree angles, and then I'm afraid to even drop it because you know that all that impact's just going to go in that one corner and break.
Yeah. So that was one of the first things I did. I bought a case, of course.
Yeah.
I bought a MagSafe one. So that way it has, those magnets, right? And then I was able to connect it to it was dope. It was dope.
Good.
So man, I bought a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna lie. If you follow me on Twitter, you see what I
saw that. What was that case that you're showing off? That suitcase looking thing.
Oh, so that's like a box that you put like your all your electrical stuff, right? And then it has like these holes on the sides for all the wires to come out of. So basically it's like outdoor or rated as well. So if you have like all your devices and all plugged up in like a power brick or whatever, like a power strip like I do, right? You just put them all in the box, and then there's holes for the wires to come out, and there's like these little plastic things to keep it watertight, right?
Yeah.
The wires can get out to plug in to the devices, and then the main cable into the wall, right? So it helps to clean up all the rat's nest that was developing.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you the picture of my real rat's nest though? I think I did. When I was moving.
No.
Okay. Well, we're not putting that on camera for nobody to see. But speaking of cameras, I also bought the same camera that you got. Because when I sent you the pictures, bro.
Well, you sent me a picture of a desk, and that's when I was clowning you about the rat's nest. But that's your new place, right?
But I'm talking. Yeah, that's the new. That's the new rat's nest.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the old rat's nest. You know how many wires were in the old rat? I could have sworn I put it. But
maybe you did.
But anyway, I don't want the public to see that anyway.
Yeah.
Wow. And it took me like hours, because I put them all in a tub, right? When I was moving, I just unplugged everything. I didn't undo the nest at all. I just took the whole nest and put it in this giant plastic tub, right? And then when I got here,
I can't do that. I
sat there and
when I take off
all of them. Yeah.
So when I redo my wiring on my desk, I have to separate everything and put it next to the device that it belongs to. So if I have a computer, if I move my computer box to the side, I gotta put all the related wires right next to it to make sure that I don't mix it up because I have everything a certain way, right? But how many monitors are you gonna have?
I have one.
That's all you're sticking with? Just the one?
I'm sticking with one.
Okay.
And I got the TV that's plugged in just on the side, but I'm going to put that on the wall.
See, I got dual screen. And I bought one of those dual monitor mounts. Arms?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't have a base for any of the monitors. It's amazing without the bases now.
Right. That's why I bought a monitor arm, but only the one. And it frees up room on the table.
Dude, it does.
Oh, did you notice? Because I don't know if you bought one, because my brother had told me, hey, if you're getting a monitor arm, make sure you get like a 2x4 to put in between the arm and the table. And then I said to him, you know what? Somebody's got to figure out something better than just a 2x4.
Well, because it depends on your table and if the rails are blocking that tightener, that clamp that you have there.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So I found this big piece of metal thing that you could put instead of.
So that's how it is in my work desk. I have another like gamer desk, but smaller. Right. And I have an arm type thing that clamps to the desk, but it's getting blocked by a railing because of the support system for the desk, right? So I had to put something like a block of like 2x4 in the middle so it can have something to grab onto, And
I see what
and that helps. Yeah, that helps.
Same thing, like the metal thing that I bought. Yeah, but I bought this metal thing. It was basically 2 pieces of metal.
Yeah.
If you see the picture of my desk setup that I put on my account, you'll see at the base of the monitor there's this big flat piece of metal, like black metal, and it's 2 parts. There's one that go on the bottom side of the table as well.
Oh, I use that for microphone for my microphone stand.
Okay. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about. It's like
Yeah.
it's two pieces of metal that you
Yep.
put on the
Mhm.
top and bottom of the table. So instead of using a 2x4, to buffer the table,
Yeah.
being by crimped by the clamp or whatever,
Yeah.
or you have this metal thing instead.
Yeah. So I
These two
have I
pieces of
have
metal
a
for like
metal
50 bucks.
plate for my microphone arm,
So you know
and
what I
what
mean.
it does
Yeah.
is like anytime the microphone arm moves, that base of the microphone arm, it doesn't put all the stress on the wood part of the desk. It puts all the stress on the metal plate, so it never damages the desk at all. You know.
Yeah, because my brother was telling me about that to get a 2x4, and I was having the conversation with him, and I said, you know what? Maybe there's a piece of metal or something that they have that's better than just some 2x4, right? Which was a great idea anyway. So he said I was definitely gonna do that. And so I scrolled down because I showed him the monitor arm that I was gonna get.
Yeah.
And I just happened to scroll down, and boom, it existed already. I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I'm buying those right there. I'm not even looking. Although I did look for like 15 seconds to see if there were any others. And I was
Yeah.
like, nah, that's the best one already. Fine, I'll just get that.
What's
And
up,
I did.
Punny? Punny's finally back.
Yeah, Punty and Kieran is here.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? Am I gonna get one of those 50-inch curved screens? I was gonna get one of the like the 5K, 2K ones that they announced at CES. Not the one that has the button to curve, but the other one that's already pre-curved. I was gonna get that, but there's certain things about it I don't like, and so I bought the monitor that I have instead for this year. I'm sure next year they'll address the issues that I have with it, and then I'll buy it then. Yeah, but I bought a 4K 32-inch Asus monitor. I think I posted about that yesterday or the day before, so you could see that as well. And then also speaking of my brother, so those speakers that I got, oh my god,
The K-Lips.
the clips, yeah. Like I went, yeah, K-Lips. I went overkill with those, especially the sub.
Did you?
12-inch sub, bro.
You can't turn up
Okay, so you ever heard?
you can't turn up the bass too much, can you?
Oh, dude, I've turned it up. It's too
Yeah.
much for the room. Like
It's
it's
too
like, bro, it's the sound. The speakers alone are too much for the room, but the sub and the sub is too much for the room. So the sub and the speakers together are
Yeah.
way too much for the room. You feel me? But
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it thumps smooth. And then shout out to Flossie Carter and Mark Rebier with his sound test. Have you ever heard that before?
Mm-mm.
If you ever watch Flossie Carter, he reviews phones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dude from Queens, right? A black dude from Queens. So, his
Is he
style.
black?
He's a black dude from
Oh,
Queens.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
right.
just saying that's the
You
homie,
said that.
right? With his cat, White Shoes. So he has a sound test made by DJ Mark Rebier,
Mhm.
right? And oh my god, that was one of the first things I played. Sound test. Time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. And there was this booming in the room, and then he puts on the bass. Boom, 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 and I'm like, yo! And then I tried this other sound testing where it was all these weird sounds were
Oh yeah.
right. It does
Like
it does all the
THX or
frequencies.
something.
Right, it does all the frequencies, but then it did the one for the sub off rip. Yo,
Yeah.
man, it's only up halfway. But if you also notice, I posted a picture, nobody caught that. Dude, it goes up to 11. You remember Spot on Tap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes up to 11 for real. Like the knob says 11 at the maximum setting.
I saw that.
Not 10.
Like when I saw, I'm like, why is it 11? I was like, okay.
It literally says 11. Yeah, man. I guess that's a reference to that joke. But clips, man. Whew. All the old heads, and I'm not too far away from an old head myself, but I'm just saying, like the dudes who grew up in the 70s, like they appreciate sound because that was the thing that was marketed to them in their time, right? So like anybody in their 50s,
hey now,
when they tell you anything about sound, you listen to them and you respect what they have to say. Because trust me, they're saying it from a point of view that you're not going to be up on unless you were up on it all their life. And indeed, I had found a great pair of monitor speakers for like $100 and a sub for like $179. It was going to be like $279 altogether, right? And I showed it to my brother. He was like, "These are cool. These will sound great, except not so much for the music." But I was telling him, just before he said that, he said, "You said you want some monitors that are just clear and no EQ messing around or nothing because everything you're doing is digital, right?" So yeah, just like you said, check these out, and then I see the price, $428. It's a little higher now, but I was like, yeah, but all right. All right, because I had a little bit of money to spend. I ain't gonna lie. I had a couple bucks in my pocket.
There's some things I will splurge on, and some things like I just can't do it. Right, I got to find a deal for it.
Right.
Yeah, it's just some.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go to transition to what's on the screen.
No. I just can't. Like I have a sound bar on mine which has a subwoofer, and it's by Razer. They have their Razer. I have a Razer system.
Oh, okay, I think I know the one you mean.
Well, it's not the new one. It's not the new one they got. It's the previous model, and it works. It works fine. It's just like I wish their button controls were better, because you gotta press if you want to turn up the bass volume. You have to press a button and then hold it down and do like some other combination. I hate doing all that. Just give me all separate buttons, right? For volume, for trebles, for bass, and whatever else it has. But overall, I mean, speakers I spent like $200 on them at the time because they were on sale. They were on sale.
Nice.
But yeah, they're good. They're nice. I like them.
I used to have some Altic Lansings that were pretty good. But then like the sub box, like the headphone jack, like I guess they like the solder joints had gotten loose or whatever. So but to get inside to fix it, maybe resolder the joints that had broke or whatever, it would have required me to open up the whole sub because it was built into the sub, like all the amplifier stuff is in the sub, and that would have destroyed the sub in the process. So I was screwed. So I had the wires up at that amongst the rat's nest because I had man, half of my rat's nest wasn't even plugged into anything. Okay, so yeah, and Kieran is like, the Slayer SIG doesn't need to show those dirty pictures.
Slayer
Indeed,
SIG.
Indeed, I don't. He's seen them. He knows because he's seen them. I'll send it to you later because it's on my phone. But bruh, yeah.
The Slayer sick.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find my sound system. I can't find it online. Oh well.
Can't find it.
Oh well.
Yeah, but meanwhile though, what you were saying about even if you have the money and you're looking for a deal, like I look at the PS VR 2, they just announced they're officially dropping the price by $150, right?
It's a start, but it's still not a great price.
Especially with the way as a PC head, right?
Yeah.
Like these suck for PC. Number one, I would have to get that wire on top of it, right?
Yeah, the adapter or something to make it work.
Yeah, I would have to get that adapter, and the controllers don't even work with it. Like,
wait, what?
They didn't make it fully compatible.
Oh, because you're on PC
or whatever.
Is that
no? Wait, no. I think they are now, but like, not everything works on Steam or on the PC like it did on the PlayStation. Like the eye tracking, isn't working, right? But you need the eye tracking.
So they half-assed it.
Yeah. You're right, but the eye tracking is useful because when you first put it on, like it can track your eyes, and and it can center the lenses automatically for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just put it on and it automatically does it, which was a cool feature, right? The Quest doesn't have that. Right, the Quest never had that, so that was one thing. And it's OLED and all those things, nice, but like it doesn't work 100%. All the features don't work, and there's third-party drivers you can get that are trying to hack that stuff in. But that was already a knock for me, even at the full price. So at this low price of $39.99, I guess. Oh, so $399.
$399,
right?
Yeah,
like
$400.
Nah, bro. If it did everything, and I got a couple of dollars to spend, what I'm saying, like a couple months ago, I might have felt differently about it, but not now.
If it dropped down to $200, then I'll bite.
Yeah,
if it drops down to $200,
at least with some or even $250 if it had all the PC compatibility stuff. Because I don't have a PS5, and my price for getting
one. I mean, at least for me, for having a PS5, it was like I would bite at $200.
Yeah, no, that's a great price if you have a PS5. But I'm saying as a PC guy for $250.
And it's all iffy with all the features. Like, I wouldn't.
Right, it's iffy with the features. So, nah, I'm not doing that. But if it did for $250, I would spend, but not $399. But that is a step forward. I'm not gonna lie. But I guarantee you, this does nothing. This really doesn't.
It's not gonna do anything because they don't have the games either. It's not like they're pumping them out.
They're not pumping out games.
They're not pumping out games at all. I mean, they got that one or two games. Don't they have like a Batman?
I think that's everything. That's on all the VR platforms at this point.
It's
on Quest. It's on.
Let's take a look.
It's not even exclusive.
Let's take a look.
Oh, they have the that Horizon game. That you scroll down to on the original article. Go back and then scroll down that box that they showed you.
Yeah, they got they got the bundle set.
I heard that's one of the better games they have.
Oh, Alien
VR.
Okay.
A Project Wingman is there.
Project Wingman.
Oh, they had the exclusivity for that DLC I talked about.
Oh, Midnight Walk is gonna be VR. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and got the Resident Evil games in VR, exclusively. I don't know why that's exclusive.
They got quite a few, but
they got a couple of things. Yeah, but like
it's still, it's just not.
And I'm a VR proponent, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big VR proponent. You've seen the slings and arrows I've taken amongst our community. Not even and all those other times, I was just bringing it up to make a different point. I wasn't even trying to make a point about VR back then. But either way, if I can't say, hey, I think this is a good purchase or this is a good idea to purchase, that's not a good look because I'm a VR enthusiast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for VR too. I mean, because we have the little.
Yeah.
I forget which one we got. Like the Quest, I think it's what it is.
You have the Quest, I think.
It's the standalone number 2. I know it's a number 2.
Yeah, you have
what we got, and like even today, my kids are using it right now, and it's a fun little device, man.
Hell yeah!
But I like it that's self-contained. You don't have to do anything other than the whole Facebook crap. I think they got away from that. I didn't like the whole.
Yeah, they got away from that. Yeah,
I didn't like those stupid. You gotta sign in with your Facebook account. It's like really, it's like dude, that's like the dumbest shit ever.
At first, it was its same account, and then they tried to merge them together, and they did, and then there was a lot of backlash for that. But they reseparated.
It's just stupid. I don't know. It's like all this like they want to self-contain with their accounts. Like, oh, this is just stupid. So let me sign in with my own email address or my account, and that's it.
Yep. And also, so you have the Quest 2. Here I have the 3, but I had the 2 before it. Love, it's just like you say, it all works all by itself. It doesn't depend on any kind of box or whatever. You don't need a PC or a PlayStation to use it. Now it works with a PC if you have one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even wirelessly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you don't need that at all. You don't need that at all.
I actually think I need one of the new controllers because I think it's getting stick drift on one of them. On the controls. It's like, man, one of them is just like $70 to buy a new one.
Jeez. At this rate, you might end up with a Quest 3S.
4.
$299.
The Quest 4.
No, the 3S is no, get the 3S. It's like the same as the 3, right? It's got the same processor and everything, but the screen.
Oh, they do got the dummy version one, huh?
Or from the 2, but they didn't cut down the processor like they do with like the Series S.
Yeah.
So it's running at a lower res, but the frame rate is higher than it would be with a full Quest 3 because it's lower res. So like,
you say
that helps.
Riz? Like Riz in the ground?
Resolution. Resolution. So because it doesn't have to work. No, just like on a Series S, except with imagine a Series S with the chip of a Series X.
Yeah.
Right? But you're plugging it into a 1080p TV.
Yeah.
And you're paying the price of a Series S, right?
Yeah.
That's what the Quest 3S is, right?
Yeah.
So it's $299, but it's a really good upgrade. So because I'm thinking about it, like if you have to spend to get a controller, right? You're not gonna find a new one. You're gonna have to find some used one on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or some dumb thing like that. At that point, if it's $70, man, just get a 3S. It'll transfer all your stuff. It'll perform better, and it'll be under a new warranty.
Yeah.
So. And you see how easily I could say, hey, you could upgrade the VR headset, but I can't really say that about the PlayStation. Like, and I'm not trying to knock it. If it had the PC stuff in order, right, I might consider it on holiday sale or something from the $399. I wouldn't spend $399. But a year ago, had they offered this with the PC stuff off rip, I would have owned one already. Like, that's their own fault.
Imagine being the guy who just bought one a month ago and then they announced this. It's already outside your return window. You can't return it.
Right. And it's a good thing at least they announced this is happening in the future. It didn't happen yet. It's going to happen next month.
Oh, is it?
Like,
let's see. Recent
days from now, whatever the new month starts.
It doesn't say here.
But it does say March in the headline, I think.
Great new price.
Yeah. New prices take effect starting in March, right under the picture.
Oh,
blue
right
letter.
There. Duh.
Yeah,
don't forget
in March.
that.
It doesn't say when in March in the headline, but I'm sure like March 1st maybe, right?
Man, it's probably like in the middle of March.
It's probably the 3rd.
Like during spring break or right before spring break.
Either way, the point being is like at least they let people know. Also, anybody who was thinking about,
guess what? We're gonna put it on sale.
Yeah,
come and buy our stuff.
Yeah, at another time. Don't buy it now. It's too expensive now.
Yeah. So I did a thing a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
I sold one of my Xbox Series X.
Which one did you sell? Series S?
X.
X.
Yeah.
What? Why?
I had two of them. I had my launch one and I had my Halo one.
Right. So you sold the Halo one or the regular one?
The regular one.
Oh.
I'm keeping the
Halo. What did you do with
Halo
the Xbox controller? What did you do with the Halo controller?
Oh, I still got that one.
Yo, you gotta sell it to me, man. What's
so
up?
I just saw the launch stuff, like to the console with the original cables and the original controller, and just got rid of it because so I used all three of them. So I have two on my desk. I got the Halo version, and I got the Series S mounted underneath for streaming purposes or recording or something like that. And then I have the other one, the launch version was on the big TV that's behind me. So it was all three of them were in this room. Like all three Xbox Series consoles were in this room right here. And sometimes I'll take the Series S to another room just so we can play it over there. But now we're in year 5. So we don't know how much longer this series are going to be in production.
What the generation is going to
right, when the next one. So I figured, I think this is a good time for me to get rid of one of them. Which is, I was like, okay, let's see how much I can get for it. Close the door. And let's see how much I can get for it. And so I was pretty generous just so I can get rid of it. I priced it at $350.
What?
And it sold.
It sold quick, didn't it?
It sold quick. Because
you should have sold it for $400.
Because I also included the 1 terabyte drive.
What? You bro.
Yeah.
You should have sold that for $500.
So one guy was reaching out and I put it in there. $350 for all this, which is pretty much just the console, the accessories that comes with it, and the drive, right?
You messed up like I did with my Steam Deck. That was 2. You should at least $400, $450, bro.
Consider this, dude. Consider this.
That's what I'm saying.
Consider this, dude. It's 5 years old now, or gonna be.
So?
Right? And the card that I got, I didn't pay full price for them. Remember? I bought them like really cheap at the time.
Okay.
At the time was cheap, right? Compared to the full price.
I disagree, but hey, can knock it.
Yeah. So like, it wasn't really being used, right? This was like, I think it's time to get rid of one of them, right? Before anything new gets announced, right? And I got rid of it. I mean, it doesn't hurt me because I would
have bought that from you. I know a lot of people that give you more money than that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kieran would have bought that from you. See that? Look, damn, I would have bought that.
That thing would be too heavy to ship because it's a heavy damn thing. The Series X.
Talking about too heavy to ship. Don't you have the box it came in?
No, man. I tossed that thing years ago, man.
You tossed the original. You tossed. Listen, bro.
I tossed the launch box. I still got my Halo box one.
Okay, well, listen.
I kept the Halo one.
One of the things that I realized that I was smart about before I moved. Thank God, I kept the boxes for everything that I bought. All these keyboards and gears.
I can't do that, dude. I rarely keep boxes. I cannot just hold on to these boxes. They're taking up space, right? To me, they're just taking up too much real estate in the house, right? I know this guy said I'll give you 150.
I'll give you 250.
Deal.
I'll give you 250. Go to him. I'll give you 250.
Deal.
I'm your co-host.
And so I did that a couple of weeks ago. Got rid of it. I'm like, it's not being used. It's like I'll get what I can for it now and everything. So, and it's gone. So, so now I got the Halo one on the big TV because my son's playing Outlaws, and because that's on disc, I got it over there, the Series X, and then on the Series S, I have it on my desk still, and I just play like Call of Duty, whatever else games I'm playing that's digital. So it kind of works out.
It works out. Okay.
It works out
I can't be too mad at you.
I just pocketed the money. I'm not even doing it. I'm not doing anything.
I'm a little
with the money.
disappointed in you, but not seriously.
But yeah, I was like, I guess it's time to unload one of them. Now these two right here that I got, the 2 series, those are staying. They're not going anywhere. Just like my Minecraft Xbox One, that's staying, man. I still got that one nice and clean too.
Yeah,
I love that console. That's like one of the best looking consoles that you can buy. Was
the Series S?
The Minecraft, the Xbox One.
Oh yeah,
that one, and I think the Gears of War one.
And the Cyberpunk one. I like the design of
Cyberpunk too. Yeah.
I wish they had made a Series X version and Series S version of the Cyberpunk one, because like the art styling and design of it, like
Yeah.
it speaks to the lore of Cyberpunk
Yeah.
is in that art design. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So well, speaking of old stuff, man, respect to EA for doing this. I talk a lot about preservation of old games and how a lot of the source code for games is getting lost and stuff like that, right? Well, for the Command and Conquer series, for a bunch of games in that old series, which and a surprising move too, because they had been once thought this source code was lost, right?
How
And
can they
apparently
lose the source code?
Shit like that happens all the time. Like the final printing copy of Final Fantasy VII, right? Or like the launch version for PlayStation.
Yeah.
They lost the source code when they made the PC version like a couple years later. It's not based on the final version of the PlayStation code. It's based on like version 0.99 from like 2 or 3 weeks before they finish up the game.
I don't get how they lose it.
So all the final tweaks and stuff, they lost that source code.
Yeah.
And so that happens in the industry all the time. There are many, many games where they don't have the source code, or they never decided to save it in the first place, or where they did save it, the flood or whatever, like what happened in Japan. There's a lot of retro information that was known and was in secure locations. You remember the earthquake, not the earthquake, the tsunami from the nuclear.
Yeah. In Japan.
It was a tsunami that was
tsunami that took out that earthquake or something.
Right.
Yeah.
It was an earthquake that caught, right. And so there was a lot of stuff that was lost that was known, at least in the gaming community and film industry and stuff, that was in Japan that got destroyed at that point.
Oh, so you're telling me they didn't have like a disaster recovery plan? That's kind of pathetic too.
But a lot of that stuff is one of one. Right, but like for Sega,
yeah, but you offload that to like some offsite site.
They never nobody thinks about it. Okay, it's like I always say with you, right? When it comes to backing up stuff, right?
And we learned the hard way.
Why are we militant about it? Because it stung us before. We learned our lesson, right? It stung us before, but we used to think the same way everybody else does, right? Like, oh, that's not important.
But when it's a company, they really push that, right?
They don't.
When it's a company, they really push for like, hey, IT, you guys got to think about the disaster recovery. Okay. Like,
yeah, they're thinking about that stuff now, but they never really did until like a couple years ago. So there's these organizations and stuff, at least in the gaming community, where they're focusing on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, they had recently found the source code for all these Command and Conquer games because they thought it was lost too, right? They had made that remastered collection in 2020, right?
Yeah.
But in the middle of making the remastered collection, at first they didn't have the source code, right? And they had to reverse engineer it and stuff. And then halfway into it, they actually did find the source code, and so now it's out there in public for anybody to download.
Guys, guess what?
Out there, GPL.
We found it.
Yeah, they found it halfway in. So
it was
thank
in
God
this
I
drawer.
helped
It
them
was right here in this drawer. It's
yeah,
on this
it was
floppy
probably
disk.
some dumb shit like that. I don't know exactly what the details were, but I guarantee you it was something similarly dumb.
Well,
right?
now it's on GitHub. Like, okay, we need to put this on GitHub.
And then a couple weeks ago, I think last week, Valve put out the source code for Team Fortress 2 as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so that's cool to see too. A lot of stuff has been open source in the past couple of years, like the arcade, Mortal Kombat, and NBA Jam. Back when they thought these games were cheating on purpose, right? At certain difficulties, it is true. It's in the source code. It's proven. Yeah, these games did cheat you at certain points in game, right? How to get your money because these are arcade games, right? So it's been proven that because they can see the source code now and it's in there, and so a lot of history is being preserved, and so it's particularly crazy to see this from EA.
Because they don't give anything away.
Yeah, man, and they have a track record, a history of destroying the industry, right?
Yeah, and
so they were the ones who did this. I'm like, hey, bravo, you love to see stuff like this, man, because this is our history, right? And it's being lost because a lot of people didn't think it was important, to save a copy or anything like that. But I'll give you one more example. The arcade version of Outrun, right? Apparently the game has a bug in the music track all the way at the end of the last song or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the guys at Sega, they had to go back to the floppy disks of the source code, right? the 8-inch one, not even the 5-inch
the
one.
big one, yeah.
The big floppy ones, right?
Yeah.
That's what they were using to save the data on those, right?
Crazy.
And then they realized there was a bad sector on the original disc from way back then, and they were able to fix the bug because they realized,
it's only like a 40-year-old thing.
Right, it's a bad sector. It wasn't just like a glitch in the data. No, it was the disc was slightly faulty.
They can't do a disc scan.
They were able to fix it. They were able to resolve the issue, right? But the old disc from back then, back when it was new, had the bad
dust off the old drive. Like, oh man, where can we get this?
Yes, but they actually had kept those things.
And then you gotta make sure the computer has a serial port too, not just some not USB.
That's the funny thing. You're joking all this stuff, but AM2 had all that stuff. Because apparently AM2, right? Like, the division of Sega that did Virtua Fighter and Outrun and all these games, right? They had this I forgot what they call it, but it's a house, right? That's dedicated to that development team. The CEO of Sega has never been allowed to go there.
Oh wow.
And I'm not lying. You could look this up.
Yeah.
They have a house where they keep all their labs and computers and where they do everything at, and the CEO is not allowed to go there. It doesn't matter who the CEO of Sega is at the time.
Yeah.
And not allowed to go there. This is where they had all that stuff. And so when they were remastering Outrun for the 3DS, they were able to go back to go check on the discs, and this is how they found out what was going on. So like, hey man, when you have this stuff, here's an example of being able to fix a bug in the game that was there as long as the game has existed, because nobody noticed back then.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the present day, we're able to fix that history, fix that mistake, and boom, it's all good now. And it was just one note in the song most people wouldn't even have known. I mean, it lasted for 30 years. Most people didn't know.
Snap, somebody just popped in.
Who just popped in?
Yeah.
Who popping in here? It's the realest of the real. What up, homie?
For real.
What it do? I don't have a Jamaican horn.
Mr. Black Man.
Wakey, it's time for school. You ready for school?
Bro, I got so used to not doing a podcast. I was like, hold up. Today's Thursday.
I had to set an alarm too. I really did.
Man, let me see what y'all talking about. What y'all talking about right
now? We're not talking about shit.
We were just talking about the EA thing. We were just talking about the EA thing where they released the source code. Counter-Strike and how the whole industry isn't really doing that kind of thing.
Like, here you go. We're not making any more money. Here's the source code.
Yeah, we already remastered it again in 2020 and nobody bought it. So we know it ain't worth nothing to us.
It's not worth anything anymore.
So now are we all aware? I've been saying this for years, Tech.
Mm-hmm.
That the gaming industry isn't what we thought it was.
Yeah.
That things really aren't as great as they put it out to be.
That's right.
Because if you look at it like EA, like you bring up EA, Counter-Strike, whatever, like they're in trouble too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you guys talked about WB or anything, but
no, not yet.
When I see EA, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for years, man. People play the same few games.
Yep.
And that's not good for gaming.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? EA has their games, but guess what? They got to pay to make those games. And we don't know what they have to pay to make those games.
Yeah.
There's so much news coming out about these companies. I can't remember who was that. Quantic Dream came out, announced some financials. I'm like, dude, you had your best year from selling freaking Detroit.
Become Human.
Yeah, like it's bad, man.
Yeah.
It's bad. I don't know, what these companies are gonna do. I mean, Nintendo is Teflon, but I don't know what these companies are gonna do to get people making a game. Because like everybody made fun of Sony for wanting to make 15, 20 live service games, but if you don't have one, what are you gonna do? Because you can't pull them away with these one and dones for the most part, unless they get like mainstream, like an Elden Ring that came out or Baldur's Gate. And I think, I know that was pretty much a PC game. So,
and on top of that, that's random success. They can't depend on that to just happen anytime they want it to happen.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that FromSoft's next game will hit 25 million.
No.
That's just me, and I know like Souls fans don't like that opinion, but I care less because
I agree.
before Elden Ring, they had moderate success with their games. You
Yeah.
know, PC pretty much carried those games, but it was still moderate success. The one good thing about From is they don't put their games lower than 30.
No, never.
So if they sell 20, they sold it for at least $30. And that was even before they still haven't raised the prices of their games to $70. But
I think they
Baldur's Gate,
continue to keep themselves as a small team, things like that, right? It keeps them lean and mean, so they're always profitable in that way. Because
I don't know.
To have a lot.
I don't do a lot of reading in the From because I'm not their biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan. Because like that Kazan game, have y'all played that Kazan game by the Chinese company?
I played the demo. Yeah.
The what game?
How'd you like it?
Kazan the Last Berserker.
Yeah, because that demo's is on all the platforms it's going to release on.
Yeah.
It's a Souls game.
Nah, not for me.
It's Souls light because it's more action than all of that, but it is a Souls game. Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's not, but it's more actiony than the rest. It's more like a Sekiro in terms of that regard.
Like last year, I got so tired of all the different descriptions of a Souls game that I went Googling and it led me to a Reddit post.
It's like all the identifications for people, right?
Yeah, all the specific details have to have a specific name.
Yeah.
You can say that. I know you're not as much of a game nerd, tech, but but like RPGs, you got so many people. I was a tech nerd. See, that's kind of a tongue twister, right? But anyway, there's so many different classifications of RPGs. You got RPG, old school CRPG, tabletop RPG fans arguing what is and what isn't an RPG.
Oh God!
Kind of like what Avowed is going through now, right? Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. It's like, dude, come on! Not every game has to be the same.
So what? They're saying it's not a true RPG game?
Well, no, I haven't seen that completely, but they're comparing it to other RPG games and what you can do in those games that you can't do in these games.
Yeah.
But I also think it was important that was it Farquhar, however you say his name, Fergus. He broke it down. I mean, they have 285 people or 86, whatever it was, but they're divided between different teams. So if you look at what they're doing at Obsidian, is they're bringing games that are I would say AA, right?
Yeah.
Or they're bringing out smaller budgeted games with big ideas, opposed to trying to make huge blockbuster hits every time. And they task their teams accordingly so that they're not dependent on the game selling 20 million units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys played it?
I think that's cool.
Well, basically, they're putting all their chips in one basket.
And now
I played Kazan though. I played the demo. It was pretty cool.
No, he was asking about Avowed. I got 3 days.
I haven't played that yet. No, I haven't played that yet. But
you got 3 days in it now?
Yeah, I told you I was dropping everything for that.
Oh, wow.
Like that's why I couldn't. Why I couldn't buy Monster Hunter or anything else.
Oh,
Indiana Jones was in Game Pass. Like I wanted to finish it before Avowed came out, but just got too many games, man.
There it is.
That's the way it is right now, bro.
Yeah.
Because there was because when you saw EA, that's the whole reason why I even started talking about the industry. Because when I saw EA, there was something that I saw that EA had. I mean, it wasn't as bad. But who did they just shut down?
EA?
EA?
Yeah.
I think the development team for
Dragon Age.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, this is why they're afraid to do things, and But I've been saying, man, we got to stop blaming these companies and start blaming the actual people playing these games. They did a horrible job of promoting the essence of gaming, what made us gamers, right, from back in the day. Blockbuster Video on weekends, and brought them in with games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, things that they can relate to, right? but
Yeah.
they're not open to playing much else outside of that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And that's why
Really
this is
not.
what I was saying when people were talking crap about Game Pass. I said, basically, Game Pass is training people on how to be a gamer again.
Yes. I noticed
Because
that
you have access to so many games that you have to try. That you don't have to, but you're inclined to try new things, risk free.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the thing about it.
You know.
Risk free. That's
No
the term
regrets.
right there. No regrets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so like this is what we need, man. You know, PlayStation needs to do a better job with theirs. Nintendo needs to do. Nintendo really can do what they want to do because people will show up and pay. I mean, and buy 20 million copies. You got people hoping to get a Game Boy game on the Switch catalog. So
Yeah.
like the Nintendo fan is totally different. But when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, they need to find a way to get their gamers playing more games. I mean, if whatever it took to capture them, Grand Theft Auto, what's the other one, Fortnite, whatever it is, Apex, they need to find a way to get those people to try something else. I think Microsoft's put their best foot forward towards that, but as opposed to Sony, who I think
Not
just
the only
has
method.
something out there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the only method, but how would you? Because remember, I used to ask you this on this show. How do we get people playing new games? And it's not our job, but it's a conversation piece. That people who make way more money, way more education, way more data to come up with something, and they haven't been able to pull it off.
Not at all. They have not. And that's the thing I always say in response to that I don't think they understand the industry they're in. But also, like to cycle back to what you originally said when you started this conversation is, do people really understand what this industry really is in comparison to what we thought it was all along, right? Like the facade is slowly melting away, and particularly in our eyes because we follow it. Like it was never what we assumed it was.
Well, back probably like 2 years ago, man, I said this because people were talking about Xbox and consoles, and they've been saying forever that they're not trying to win that, right?
Yeah.
And I said, does Xbox really want PlayStation fans? Are they like they're just recycling the same people? If you make a person leave PlayStation for Xbox, you're just bringing more Fortnite and Call of Duty players. Just keep them over there. You know what I mean? They need to find new people and introduce them to actual gaming because this ain't it.
Nope.
And this is what I said. I said because in time you're gonna have everybody trying to make a live service game, but then you have like PC players like these indie games don't move. Like, yes, it's admirable that they're out there still doing what we hardcore gamers love, but even hardcore fans aren't really buying these games in droves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a few that I like, but they're not just knocking it out of the park. Like, as much as Balatro is talked about, like how many, well, I can't say that because they sell it on cell phones.
Tech didn't even know. But at the same time, though, a lot of people don't know. Like the people that I know who aren't gamers, but who play card games and stuff, right? I've told them all in my family. None of them heard about it even in passing. So what you were just saying to yourself there, oh, well, it's in mobile, maybe not.
Well, it's number one.
Even then. Yeah.
It's number one. I bought it on mobile and now it's in Game Pass because that way I can actually play it. I don't really like card games on my like even the handheld PC. But like it was number one. I think it had like 10 million sales. That was on mobile.
It sold pretty well, but you know,
but that's just Google.
Right, but see that's the other thing though. 10 million in the console realm is a lot, but with mobile phones, that ain't shit. Like the large lion's share of potential people who would mess with that game don't even know it exists. If every person that I know personally, right, like face to face, I could meet face to face and tell them I have, right? Like my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, right? Like she played card games all the time. She's an advocate, even I would say, but didn't know about Balatro at all, right? And I've been telling her about it, and she never had gotten around to playing it until today. I reminded my brother, hey, it's on Game Pass now. You know that game I've been telling your wife to play all this time? It's on Game Pass now. Now she's played it, right? So that just goes to show, on number one, what we've been saying, what I was saying there, what we were saying about, you know, the industry, but also like the market is big. And it's like there are people out there who would play game X or game Y who don't even know it exists. who don't even know to check for it because they're not checked. They don't. That's not what they do. If it comes to them and they're made aware of it and they're made to understand what it is, they might give it a try, right? But those people are largely untapped in gaming. I noticed it doesn't even matter the platform.
But if you look at like what's his name, Strauss Zelnick, when he said their performance, because a lot of people only know Toon Blast, not Toon Blast, Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they own Toon Blast, Candy Crush,
right?
And he was saying that that mobile division has been huge for them.
Yes.
And the lady was like, "Is that Candy Crush? That's Microsoft." He's a classic guy, man. He never will step on anybody. He knows they got the best game in the world, though. It may not be the best, but the best selling game.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he it's different when you can be humble when everybody knows you're just being humble. Anyway, but he was talking about their mobile division, man. And part of those games is spades, gin rummy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
the best ones. Yeah.
Imagine Balatro getting that type of glow up.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
But what'll happen is his initial vision of trying to save people from the gambling addiction and not licensing the game to casinos and stuff. Because if they did all that, then they would make it. They would have microtransactions and charging people for this and that.
Right.
But it just needed. It's just a game that nobody knows. It just see Balatro.
Yeah.
But if you get on, I'm pretty sure it's #1 on Apple Store too.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because I don't.
It's not blown up nowhere. And mobile, right, is the one platform like the PC, and probably even more so than the PC, right? Everybody has one, right? Everybody who might spend money has access to one, so thus has access potentially to this game. It's on Apple and Google, right? So it's functionally out there for everybody. At least on the Android side, it's only.
So I'm looking right
10
now.
million.
Top charts games on Android, and it's I Am Security and Godzilla X Kong Titan Chasers, the top two.
Okay.
Balatro.
Are you looking at top paid?
Top. Oh, it's a paid one? No.
Yeah, it's a paid game.
Okay.
You got to go top paid because you have like top grossing, which means microtransactions and all
Balatro is #1.
You're #1? See, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Minecraft.
I was about to say, I could be wrong because I bought it like 2 weeks ago.
And then Minecraft is #2.
But that's the thing, though.
Well, Minecraft's always up there. Minecraft's got like 500 million downloads.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. See, there's a comparison I'm talking about right there, right? 10 million just on Android is a lot, right? In the console point of view, right? But on mobile, it's a drop in the bucket. Look at Minecraft, you just said. 500 million.
Bro, that's right? That's $70 million, man.
Yeah, man.
It's one guy, right?
Yep.
That's $100 million minus 30%. That's $70 million.
Yeah, and they've upped the studio since, right? There's more people than that now, right?
Man, they making 50,000-60,000. That boy.
Right. Exactly. You know, I'm saying they're being economical with the mass amount of money they're making, and thus they don't need to charge that much, right? But that just goes to show where Balatro is not there, right? And it could, and I feel should be is deserving of that chance, right?
Well, it's a paid game. That's what, and it's $10, which is more than most mobile apps.
More than most games,
even Minecraft, I think it's $6.99.
Right, but see, most people don't even know to even debate the price or at all. Like people who are potentially in the market for the game, right? They don't even know to reject it. Even how can you reject something you don't even know exists to reject?
Easy,
and that's the point I'm making.
Don't know.
Right, you don't even reject it; it just doesn't exist, and that's the problem I'm saying. Yeah. Right, that the industry isn't. It's basically a marketing issue. They don't know how to market at all. They seem not to understand the industry they're in.
Is this guy in the video Bug Snacks? That guy?
What?
Is he the Bug Snacks guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. Yeah, but anyway, belabored this conversation a bit much. But yeah, I mean, It is what it is. It is
Hey,
what it
you
is.
sent me the video of Balatro, so there's your talking point.
It's on Game Pass now. Yep.
yeah,
It's on
it
Game
is.
Pass. Yeah.
Well, now going back to Avowed, if everybody's talking about these overinflated budgets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now whether you feel it's a $70 game or not, that's up to you. I mean, for me, I think it's worth $70 because I got
It's not
so much
$70,
out of
is
it
I
already.
thought it was like $40.
Yeah, no, it's $20 a month. See, for people like you don't even watch prices anymore.
No,
It's
I don't.
$70.
I don't.
But like you can debate whether or not it's worth it and what makes a $70 game for you.
Yeah.
Because for me, is what can I get? Did I get my money's worth? Did it provide me $70 of value, and I've enjoyed the game? But for other people, it's whether or not you can kill non-essential or essential NPCs and
Right, 'cause
animals
was
that
the
are just
talking
there for
point they wanna
decoration.
make. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make whether you can knock stuff off of the cabinet. Now, the fact that Bethesda can do that, like when it's convenient for them, they want to talk crap about the creation engine.
Mhm.
Now, when you play a game on Unreal and you can't do all this extra stuff, oh, it's a problem. But for me, those things aren't important. Like I tried to kill the hog, I couldn't kill him. And if it's not providing any resources, why do I need to kill it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because go
I
ahead.
think the whole debate is stupid in the first place because we know the real reason they're even making these talking points, right? It's not about having an honest debate on such an inane subject to begin with, right? It's just to downplay the game and the platform associated with it. That's all this is about, right?
And
So
the
I
guy
instantly negate that in my mind off rip. The conversation is null and void as far as I'm concerned, right? Because it's a stupid conversation to have in any other way, right? It just is, right? But because it's happening here, is being entertained. I'm not doing that. Like F that. Like, come on, stop talking shit about a game because it's not on PlayStation. Because if it was a PlayStation game, you guys would be, these same people would be wrapping it to the moon. Like it's like they did with Starfield when they had first heard about it. It was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, right? When we first heard about it, that's how we heard about it. It got leaked out that it was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive. That Sony was just like the other two games they did, Starfield, right?
Oh,
when we
yeah,
first heard about it, that's how we heard about it, right? Up until Microsoft bought ZeniMax, and then they put the kibosh on that, right? But what I'm saying is, like, the whole conversation that what he said there, and they debate Avowed, and you can knock off stuff off that they blah blah blah. It's all bullshit. Like they're only saying that to knock the platform, the publisher, and that's it. Because if it was a PlayStation game, that wouldn't have happened. It would be completely opposite.
They're also getting attacked by the straight white man too. You know
of
what
course,
I mean?
for other reasons.
Those people who, if it's not a straight white man, I don't know what that group of people is called. I call them idiots, but
agreed. I don't.
Yeah, that guy came and that guy said what he said, and those people are upset, and they're gonna just join in.
Yep.
So how is
it is
since you played it for 3 days?
For me, it doesn't take a whole lot to please me, but like it to me, it reminds me of like an Oblivion, Morrowind era. Dude, there's so much to find. There's so much to explore. It's not open world. It's like you got hub worlds, but these hub worlds are big. Plenty of nooks and crannies to explore, like secrets that if you just play the game like you would play any other, fantasy exploration RPG, then you'll be cool with it. Yeah. The combat. Now, when people complain about the combat, it's like I don't know how much better these people can make the combat, and it seems like people want a FromSoft. Like there's a big faction of people who want that type of combat.
That's all they know.
But like, it doesn't work for everything, and everything doesn't need to be that type of hack and slash combat. Combat is a part of progressing the story. You know what I mean? Finding your loot. And lore. If it was a combat focused game. Look, props to Elden Ring. I just don't like Souls games like that. You know what I mean? Like, it does have good gameplay for it to be such a huge game. You know what I mean? The world is huge, and it has the same solid FromSoft combat. But as far as how it is for me, is I've never I didn't get deep into Pillars of Eternity 1. I didn't play 2 at
My
all.
brother did. Yeah.
But like this is my style of RPG, action RPGs. So like I'm enjoying it, man. I mean, so far, I mean, it's nothing less than an 8. You know,
Nice.
I don't understand like anything less than an 8. But for me, you know, right now, because I'm about to hit the fourth area, it's a 9 for me. Like I have to just keep going. I've heard a lot of the complaints about the in-game economy and how things get real expensive really quick. I've heard, what is his name, the little whiny sniveling dude that comes on at night. Griffin
Which
Gaming.
one?
I
Oh,
heard,
Griffin this time? Yeah.
I heard somebody making fun of him. He was complaining about stingy XP. The XP is created to have you perfectly balanced to compete
At all
in the
times.
area that you're in.
Yeah.
Right? When you first hit the area, they're gonna kill you. Right? And you're gonna have to upgrade your armor. And then by the time you get to the end and you're about finished, you're too strong. You know what I mean? And you also notice the XP gains go up tenfold.
Yeah.
20-fold in some cases. So it's it's a choreographed game too. Meaning that it's choreographed. It's not like an Elden Ring or Elder Scrolls or any other RPG game where you can go grind your levels up. Like when you kill the enemies, they don't come back, right? And they don't come back because they don't want you to grind your way.
Yeah, they don't want you to
Grind your
farm
way
them all
up.
day. Yeah, for XP.
Yeah.
Because and they want the next area to be a challenge, and that's how it works out. And you're only going to get the right amount per level. I mean, per area that you're in. So you know, if you have a problem with XP or economy, you can always go get the money. And if you don't find anything better than the thing that you thought that you needed at the time that was too expensive, go back and go get it.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if you play the game that they want the way that they wanted you to do, which is go kill enemies, loot them, break down the things that you don't want, put those upgrade materials into the things that you do want, you'll be right on time for everything. And it's to the point to where you can only get certain upgrade materials from the area that you're in. Like if you need to level it up any higher, you're gonna have to make it to the next area to start to what do you call it when you pick up things? We're gonna say to collect those upgrade materials. Or there's another way you could do it, which is combine the materials that you do have, and then those get upgraded to be able to later to upgrade your stuff early.
Yeah.
But you gotta make sure you don't need it, because I found a wand that needs old upgrade materials, and I can't even find any at a vendor.
So what?
'Cause I bought up out of stock.
So what's like in short? What's the plot? I mean, like, what are you trying to do? Save the world? Are you trying to save a wife? Are you trying to save?
Yeah, you're trying to save the world. If you don't know anything about Pillars of Eternity, it's like
No,
you
I
are
played it.
what's called a godlike. And yes, your mission is to save the world from affliction, the dream scourge, right? And I don't want to say too much, but yes, you're well, now somebody who listens might want to play it, but like, yeah, you're supposed to save the world, and you come to find out how powerful you are and what you mean to the world as it is. Kind of like Elder Scrolls. It's like, it's like lightweight Elder Scrolls, really, because it's like you're the Dragonborn or whatever when you're a slave, and come to find out you're the prophesied Messiah.
Say, ooh, who me? I'm that guy? No,
You're that guy.
Yeah.
You're that
but
guy,
like,
bro.
That guy?
I'm enjoying it, man. Like the like I've heard some people complain about the writing, but
You're him.
I like the story. I like the story. I mean, is it? I mean, it's a fantasy, and not everything makes perfect sense at first.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not familiar with the lore of Pillars of Eternity, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
my brother
I
used
don't
to
know.
play
I don't know if it's
those.
your kind of game though. Tech, you play like Elder Scrolls and things like that.
Not Elder Scrolls. No.
Yeah,
It's
see, like,
Skyrim, though, right?
What was that?
well, that is Elder Scrolls.
But that's what I'm asking. He probably doesn't know. That's why I asked it the way I asked it.
Oh,
No, I don't play Elder
But you play
Scrolls.
Skyrim?
I played Skyrim. I never finished
That
it.
is Elder Scrolls.
But
okay.
I've played it.
Okay, did you play it a lot, or did you only play like a little bit?
I play a lot of it. I still go back to a game save every now and then, but it's just like I never
Daunting.
finished it. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lightweight Skyrim without dragons.
Yeah. And then
At least
I
I haven't encountered them yet.
I mean, when it comes to RPG stuff, like just an umbrella of RPG stuff, not just specific ones. You know, like the previous Dragon Age, not the one that just came out. I played all of those. Those are fun for me. Of course, all the Fallouts. You know, that if that's anything close to it, you know.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Starfield?
Starfield. You know, I like those games.
Yeah.
Well, you should like it.
No, yeah, I'm gonna try it out once I get to it. But
because they pretty much have the same DNA as Bethesda, because they made what some people think is the best Fallout.
Yeah.
No, right now, I'm almost done with Outlaws, and you know what? I really don't get, and I fell for it. I'm guilty of it.
I told you.
The hate towards Fallout. I mean Outlaws.
Told you.
Yep, it's a good game.
It's popular to hate Ubisoft.
Yes. And I fell for it because when I heard all the hate towards it, I was like, I'm not gonna buy that stupid game. If I'm buying it, I'm buying it for really cheap, which I did buy for cheap. And then I started playing it. It's like, dude, this is a good game. It's a fun game. You just want to keep playing and keep going through the missions and helping out the syndicates that they're there, and you know, do what you need to do to, you know, do the heist. And then it was fun. I mean, it's a fun game, man. So yeah,
I think they did a good job. Go ahead. I'm trying to cut you off.
No. And like I said, it's been like once I dove into it and everything, and once that robot joined you, I think it got better with the robot. D5 or
you mean the bounty hunter?
Yeah. No, not the bounty hunter. The one that some other like guy. He's like, hey, you're gonna do this job, and you're gonna this robot's gonna keep an eye on you. His name is ND5.
Yeah, that's the bounty hunter.
The bounty hunter? Okay.
He goes. Yeah, he got like the cowboy hat and stuff, and a slicker jacket.
He has like a jacket. No, I don't remember. No, he looks like one. He looks like a beefed up one of those droids from Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Maybe my memory is wrong, or I don't know, but like I know what you're talking about. He like when the guy approached her, she broke into something, and he told her you got to do this job.
Mm-hmm. It's like, but I'm gonna give you this baby.
And then he left him to keep an eye on her.
Yeah. And his name is ND5, but I describe him more of one of those goofy droids from Clone Wars, but he's like beefy though. He's like a stronger version of those things. And once that robot came into play, I think it got way better. The game got way better after that. And some of the characters,
it's popular.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, I was totally wrong to agree with everybody else.
Yeah, because that's all I wanted to do. Just kind of like tag on to what you were saying. Like, I don't listen to people when it comes to anything. Like, they're already like talking bad about Shadows when every time they show Shadows, it looks better. You know what I mean? It's like they want Ubisoft to go away. For what though? It's like less companies is not better.
Because they're mad on some other shit. That's what it is. They're
that's
upset
exactly
about some
true.
other reason.
Yeah,
that's true. But like that's what happened with Star Wars Outlaws. Everybody went out and they, especially since they didn't put it on Steam, so you had all those people mad.
Oh, really?
And yeah, because they had it on
the
Ubisoft
launcher. Yeah.
So now all of their games are going on Steam day one. It's kind of like Xbox. like Xbox, they're not gonna win with the media.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, hey, let's put the game over here, and maybe they'll just shut up and play the game. So now it's
They
on
won't shut up,
Steam,
but
and nobody
they'll
played
play
on
the
Steam
game.
either.
Yeah, because it had already been decided, right? And then afterwards,
And
people
they
figured it up
they
all
did
after
give that
the fact.
girl an ugly haircut.
No, they
Yeah.
did. They did.
But that was a nit. But that's a nitpick. That didn't mean you had to have a whole campaign against the game because you didn't like the hairstyle. You feel me?
Dude,
And
I'm
I
not
didn't
in
like the hairstyle.
agreement. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying that like
this is what they did.
their
It
point
truly
is
feels like you're in a Star Wars world universe.
exactly.
Like everything was
But
on
no, they
point.
do have a
Everything
point.
was on
If
point
they-
with this game. To give you that Star Wars feel to it,
I told you it was stealth.
which has no relationship to like the Luke Skywalker story and all that. It's really good. Yep.
But then you have the whole faction system too. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I try
Like, it
to
actually
stay good with
Has
the
a
Jabba,
little weight to it.
the Jabba clan. Is what I always have an
I've tried
excellent.
to. I think I'm doing it wrong, but everybody is good, right? All my standing is good, but
With
it seems
everybody.
like at some point you have to piss the other one off,
Oh, you do.
right?
They
But
give you a
want
choice,
to
yeah.
you want to max, but you want to max out the faction so you can get the real rewards.
Yeah.
So that means maybe throughout the game you need to just pick a side until you want to get in good with the next faction, and then you want to get in good with the next faction.
How far?
I don't think that I'll be able to have exit.
No, you're not going to.
Go ahead.
That's when I was watching some video on the game, and one guy says like it's going to be impossible to keep everybody happy. It's like you're going to have to choose what's best for you, whether it's going to piss off another faction or not, and it's just the way it goes.
Man.
It just creates a way for you to do another playthrough, kind of like in Avowed. Like there are some options, especially if you want the achievement. Maybe you save it and then go do it again and get the other option.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of it encourages another playthrough so that you can get other. Because if you play a good what do you say? What do you call honest character? You're not gonna get the evil character achievements.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yep. But no, it turned out to be really. I mean, I'm almost done with it. I haven't done the heist yet because that's like the main thing, is collect your little group of people, right? Your helpers, and then the final big mission is some huge heist that you're supposed to do, and I'm just getting there towards the end where I have to do the heist. But I saw a job at the hut.
Did you ever have a wanted level? So
Oh, the wanted level? Yeah, they came after me, man. They sent me they sent the death troopers. They sent.
I was gonna ask you, did you get the death trooper? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hit so much that I waited until it died down at some point. So, yeah, I never went 1-on-1 with the death trooper.
I think the death troopers have to kill you.
Well, I did something to get away. I don't know.
I
what
couldn't
did.
run away.
unless I went to
Like
I restarted a save point or something. Maybe, I don't know. And then, how far did you go? How far
bro,
did
I
you
hid for like 30 minutes.
How far
How
did you get
far
to the
am I? I'm in the jungle area.
game? Have you saved Ink?
Probably not.
So there's a character you're supposed to save, and that one cracked me up because you're trying to escape and she's just blowing up stuff. Because that's her deal. She likes blowing up stuff. And it's like, oh, we can't get through the door. Oh, no problem. We'll just blow it up. Like it's nothing.
Oh, and then she teaches you that skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
And
I played it when it first came out. I played the hell out of it. But Ubisoft's games take you a year to beat.
Yeah.
Like it's so long.
Yeah, with all the side missions.
You get your money's worth usually with those. Yeah,
you do.
Ubisoft games.
But yeah, I'm liking it. And the other one is Stalker. Stalker 2 is freaking good, dude.
Yeah, you've been getting into that, and they patched all those issues you had, right?
Huh?
Have they patched up all those issues you said you were having before? I've seen a lot of patches lately ever since we had that conversation.
The only issue I had is, I think I mentioned last time, was that I was meeting up this one like mini boss, and he gave me a job to do for some information I was looking for, right?
Mhm.
And then I went out his little area, and for some reason somebody started attacking me, right? And this is what I found out afterwards. He started attacking me, and I got away and let it die down, did my job, went back to that mini boss to turn in the job, and he would never accept the job from me.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I got to do the other one too. So there was two parts of the job, but you could turn in whatever you have. You didn't have to do everything. So I went ahead and did everything from his checklist. And I still wasn't able, I could still walk up to the guy and say, hey, I want to turn in my stuff. And he would never take it. Right.
Oh.
So from what I read online, that the ones that attacked me when I first got the job were his people. Right.
Oh, so it was your fault. It wasn't the game's fault. It was actually you fucked up.
It was. I did something that set off this little random group of guys to attack me, but it really never triggered his entire clan. It was just that one group of people, which belonged to that clan, right? And then when I went back to the clan boss, well, it never triggered anything saying, "Oh, you just pissed off my guys and we're going to kill you," right? It just he never took the items that I was supposed to give him at all. And then when I found out online, they said just kill the guy. He's gonna double cross you anyways, and it will continue on with the story. And I'm like, okay, so that's what I did. I offed the guy, and then boom, everything went back to normal again.
Oh, sweet.
So
Nice.
it wasn't so much of a bug, but I didn't understand why I couldn't turn in my stuff until
why I didn't have.
Yeah, because it didn't indicate anything. It didn't say anything like, "Oh, you can't do it anymore" or nothing like that. I was able to proceed with the job he assigned to me. I just wasn't able to turn in the assignments.
Probably they never accounted for that you would kill those minions or whatever.
Yeah.
Beforehand,
and
screw that up.
So, but other than that, I mean, it's been a fine game, and the one thing I didn't notice was that if I'm being attacked from a distance, their aim was 100%. Where I'm trying, like, where the heck was this coming from? Where's this firefight coming from, right? And that was one complaint that a lot of people had when I was looking at the patch notes. That's one of the things they fixed, was that they're not always going to be on point, because, dude, you can't be 100% from a long distance, right? And the AI is going to miss at some point. But that's what I did notice. That's a big change, that now they're not always 100% just clipping you and hitting you with their firefight. But other than that,
they got to fix that in a valve, bro. Because those people that throw the spears, they don't miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was just like that. And so I just been getting into it, dude. I just explore, just like what I used to do with Fallout. I just walk around and explore whatever's out there, do whatever I can so I can pick up loot and everything. And you'll find so many random stuff where things is like, how did they know to put that there? To find like a stalker bag is like, oh my God, the random place this thing could be is right here, right? It's a fantastic. I love that game. It's awesome. It's like Fallout. For me, I said last time, it's like Fallout, but with a little bit more survival requirements, because you do get hungry. You do get hungry. And, I never liked games where you have to eat. That's like, I thought that was always stupid for me. And then you have to sleep. Otherwise, you start doing these, you'll still having these faint.
Your aim is off.
Your aim is off.
Like
you start, your screen goes black as if you're going to faint. Right. So you start losing your consciousness because you're tired. So you have to sleep. But then at nighttime, it's dark as heck, man. So I was like, I don't even like exploring at night because you can't see anything.
I hear it's real dangerous at night. Like, it's more dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous at night. You got these invisible mutants and everything. It's like, dude, I'm not walking out at night. I'm going to sleep.
Bro, that was so annoying to start off the game and have to fight that thing.
Yeah, those invisible ones, dude, suck. Yeah.
At night. It's at night too, and you got to find them, and you have nothing except for the stuff you just found.
Mm-hmm.
That's like like a FromSoft game. If you can't deal with it now, you won't be able to deal with it later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's good.
Go ahead and get your refund.
Yeah, but it's a good game. That Stalker is bad, man.
Is that what you've been playing the most?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to finish up Outlaws because I'm at the end. I'm at the tail end of it, so it's like I need to get this knocked out so I can focus on
Outlaws?
Stalker.
Oh, Stalker.
Yeah, no. Finish up Outlaws so I can, because I'm almost done with it. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on this one and finish it off, and then go back to Stalker. Maybe start Indiana Jones too.
Yeah, I'm saving that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to it one day, but like so far, bro, that game's a 10 out of 10.
What, Indiana
I don't
Jones?
want it to end. Yeah, I don't want it to end. That's why I quit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had a pony attacking my my achievements, the KGN, whatever name it is. Like, dude,
What's
I play
up,
what the
Ziggy?
hell I want to play.
We got Ziggy in the chat. What's up, Ziggy?
Shout out to Ziggy Ziggler the Wiggler.
Yeah. Hey, man. So we got QuakeCon coming out. The dates are out there for August 7th through the 10th.
Oh, did they announce the hotel shit yet?
No, they'll do that
It's the
later.
screen.
Same hotel. Yeah, it's the same hotel. But they
But
don't.
they have to announce the deal and stuff like that.
No, they will later.
Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna
Still
come for
will.
real? Because I saw Legal acting like he was gonna come.
Man, that's
it's
what-
right.
okay,
It's right
so-
down the
I'm
street
thinking
from
about
him.
it. I'm thinking about it.
So
I'm thinking about it
I
heavy.
posted on Twitter about it, and I tagged Real and Legal.
You didn't tag me, you
Wait,
bastard.
hold on. Well, because they're local here, right? So Legal, what's the first thing he says? All right, man, I'm down. Yeah, I'll do it right. You know, come on. You know how he goes, right? And I was like, all right, man. It's like, what's this date, man? It's like 6 months. 6 months notice for no excuses to say that, oh, I can't go, right? And then he responds with, all right, man, just remind me. I say, fool, I ain't your secretary. Oh, you know, man, you know how black people are. And I was like, stop using your blackness.
What the hell?
Stop using
You
your
played the
blackness.
black card? You played the black card?
Use the
with
black
you?
card. It's like,
Yeah, he did.
It's like, It's like, don't do that. It's like, I ain't your secretary, dude. If you don't remember, you don't remember. It's your loss. Oh.
Yeah, because we talk about it every year, man. And I missed it the first time because I couldn't get through. And you got it for me this time.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear back from Nintendo? I think.
No, I got on the waiting list and never heard anything.
Yeah, man, that was messed up, man. All that.
Yeah, the way they did
hustling.
that. Yeah.
And so,
But no doubt, this time I'm not bringing swim trunks or nothing.
you're not going to bring the family?
No, unless they understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're welcome to come. I mean, the room is big enough for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna try to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come early. I'm gonna take off. I knew I could get off in enough time to get there that day, but I'm not. I'm just gonna take off and get there as soon as they let me check in, and I'm gonna go be a nerd.
Yep. That's how you got to do it, man. I'll take those 2 days off, but I don't check in until the Friday so I can stay at the hotel. But I'll be there that Thursday, just like last time.
Like because that's what I'm saying. Like not tech. Bro, they have all kinds of stuff going on. I'm hoping that it bring back that old school flair because Tech said that it was better in the past, and the little young boy who was sitting next to me said it was so much better in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they try to bring back some of that flair because you got people coming all the way from Cali, man, and all over the nation.
Yeah. You got people.
Like a lot of people left early Sunday so they can catch their plane.
Yeah. Yeah, we were still there to the end, man. They were turning on the lights and everything. Like, we need a.
Well, I would be if I lived down the street like you, but it's 4 hours, 3 hours.
I don't usually stay that late though. On Sundays, I'll wake up and I'll start packing up everything and head out.
August, they should be out of school, right?
We were still just hanging out, talking.
Right, Tech. Like school should be out in August, right? Was it in August last year?
Yeah.
It's not.
You know what? It sure was. It was the last weekend before school started.
Yeah. This. I think they moved this one a week before now.
That's why we left early because we went and bought them some clothes at the little mall over there.
Yeah.
The ghetto mall. That's a circle.
You mean Grapevine Mills?
You know what I'm talking? I don't know the name of the mall.
It's great.
It's
It's
just a big-
the same. It's the same as Katie Mills. If you ever gone to Katie Mills Mall, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. Katie Mills is way better than that.
It's the same people.
Yeah, the same people. You talking about the
The design.
Tanger people or something? Tanger, have you said
I
it?
don't know what their names are. but-
Tangier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Tanger. Like they own all the outlets.
Tangier.
Oh, here you go.
Well, I ain't gonna say-
Registration begins
Oh.
in March, dude. That is early.
Yeah.
They never.
Hopefully
never
they
do
make it
this
worth
early.
it.
Yeah, they never do it this early. They usually do it like, was it August? They do it June
Maybe.
or July is when they do the tickets, like actually sell them, and you can pick your seats.
Right.
Maybe they actually kind of do something big this year.
I hope
Not
so.
every year are they going to.
That's my only complaint. The expo was pathetic. The expo part, where they have all the vendors and
like it was.
everything, was pathetic, and I hated it.
It sounded like it was.
Because
They didn't
last year they showed off Dark Ages.
Dark Ages, yeah.
You know, maybe they bring some of that back, man. You know, because now everything's on Xbox's stage, and they used to pretty much do their own marketing before Microsoft came in. So
Yeah.
maybe now they'll have a little bit more to show because
They slapped my hand when I was trying to record that Dark Ages video. They're like, "Don't
and
record."
they should have. I'm surprised you tried.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised you tried.
I did, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
But it's not like I was hiding it. You know, I didn't know, right? I was just really just wanting to record it and then post it, but I didn't know you're not supposed to. You really,
Tech wanted to be a leaker.
yeah, I want to be a leaker, man.
Tech wanted that viral tweet.
I should have
First look, Doom Dark Ages gameplay.
I got an insider. I should have got one of those little cameras that I got, the little tiny ones, and just put one in my mouth and just go.
What the hell? In the mouth.
No, I got a small camera,
Oh.
like a really tiny one, like a pill-sized
I get-
camera. That,
Yeah, they sell those for your house.
Yep. So it's just kind of like I'm looking at it because I had like second row. I was watching it from the second row or so. Oh, I remember that dude that flipped over and busted up his back.
Don't remind me, bro. That was
What?
I was so disappointed, bro,
What?
that they would let him do that. Dude, you
Oh,
saw the
right.
video, man.
Okay. Yeah. The guy who flipped and he hurt his. You're right. Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch it, bro, because I knew it was gonna end badly, man. He was not completely sober.
I thought he was gonna
He
land on
was-
his
he
head
was-
or something, man.
He was completely unathletic. Like to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a flip." See, I watched somebody do something stupid one time, and I said I wouldn't ever do it again. This boy, man, we were drinking, man. Can't remember his name. White boy, man. He wanted to do the kid and play in the freaking garage.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, right on his face.
Wow.
Right on his face.
He didn't play.
It's-
Oh wait, he
Bust his
grabs the
teeth.
one foot and
He
he
bust
tries
his
to jump
teeth.
over it, and he tries to jump over
Yeah.
the other one. He
Yeah.
did that and fell on his face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, his leg got caught like it always does. You know how many people I know with chipped teeth because they try to do the kid and play?
Me too.
You know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
But this dude was drunk. And I said, why are y'all challenging him to do that?
Yeah.
I didn't stop him, though.
Yeah, right. The same thing. See, so you get as guilty as the people you're talking about because you didn't stop him neither.
He wasn't my friend, for one.
So what? They probably weren't their friends either, so they didn't care either. You're the same as them.
They brought him. I'd assume they
It
were
was
his
bad.
friends. And I was young, too, but
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
like 22, 23 years old, man, you know? Like,
I
I wouldn't have let
thought
him do
Real
it.
was gonna get on stage too and do another flip too with the guy.
if I get drunk enough, I'll be more fun. Like I gotta, you know, to do stupid stuff. I gotta do stupid stuff. Like just like
I hear
him,
you.
he was not sober when he did it.
No, he doesn't. He was drunk. Yeah.
It's like that was so stupid. This dude landed right on his butt.
And you can
Yo,
hear the landing
Some
too.
people don't give up and have no shame. Ziggy Crossman, you got a PS5 Pro and you can see a difference. In what? We never said anything. This might even be a bot, a literal bot, like who thinks they can just say that and it'll just like we didn't say anything that would even apply to that.
Look, I
statement.
don't have a PS5 Pro, but I see a difference. Like the look on the outside of the PS5 just looks completely different than the one that's base.
I guess so.
Because it
I'm
has,
like, what
cause it has
most
those
random
racing
statement?
stripes on the side. So there is a difference you could see right off the bat.
Okay,
Bro, we
I
we
guess
should
so.
have known something was up when Xbox didn't participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same thing that I said like last generation, but last generation the complaint was, oh, it's so far behind when it was released. Okay, One X. Okay, fine. But then you have this generation where they haven't even started to use the tools. They don't use frame gen yet. They're not using FSR the way they should. Like every
No,
now
they're
and then
using old versions of FSR. Right. It's not in everything.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the best of them.
they're not using everything that's been available. And so like for PlayStation, but see the reason why PlayStation needed a Pro is because a lot of that stuff wasn't going to work on the PS5 period anyway. Like as so many of the features that the PS5 just won't be able to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're not using it anyway. So there's still parity between the two consoles.
Yeah. So sick. What are your favorite features? Play anywhere. So are they gonna finally really dive into this now? Looks like they got.
I don't know. I don't know what to think, but like the fact that they even pay any kind of attention to Play Anywhere
Yeah.
is better than anything that they've done.
Well,
in
they haven't
regards to
talked
Play
about
Anywhere.
anything on
You know,
it since.
exactly.
the very
You don't hear
beginning.
nothing about it. Like the only time you hear about Play Anywhere is from me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
you'll never see any kind of headlines or tweets or nothing unless it's something that I tweeted or retweeted or brought attention to. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to brag, but I'm saying you yourself, Tech, right?
Yeah, because I'm all for it
You
too,
know-
man. I mean,
Right? You don't see it anywhere, right?
mm-mm.
I'm an advocate for it. I look for that. And 8 times out of 10 or 7 times out of 10, it's not there, right? And I end up buying games either twice or I just buy it on the PC version, right? Like the Capcom collection or the new Shinobi game, right?
Yeah, the Shinobi game. Yeah.
Oh god, the Shinobi game. I would have probably bought that twice anyway because the Steam version, if you get the deluxe version, it comes with the soundtrack. And Steam, you know, when you buy a game with a soundtrack, they give you like the MP3s and stuff.
You be jamming
Like
to those
to give you
MP3s?
Oh, bro. Like, watch the trailer for Shinobi again and just focus on the music.
So
Don't focus on anything else they're showing you. Just the music.
Just close my eyes.
Just listen to the music. That shit is hot fire. I can't wait to get the soundtrack. I'm just as excited for the soundtrack as I am the game, honestly. Like I actually like soundtracks in games, right? Like
There's only
I
a
listen to
handful that
game
like
music.
the soundtrack. Not all of them. Not that I hate
Like,
the
for-
music in the game. It's just like I
Right.
can't sit there and listen to that music. of
right,
the
but
game.
there's a lot of music in games that sound great outside of the game, like Ridge Racer 4. If you ever heard the soundtrack for that game, like oh my effing god, right? That's some house club stuff of the time of the late 90s. Truly.
So here's
There are people who listen to soundtracks in games and then they'll sit there and talk about it like musicians and stuff.
here's
So,
two
yeah.
for me. I think you're gonna laugh. One
What's that?
is if you want to go freaking headbanger hard,
Doom?
Doom music,
Yes.
right?
Doom 2016.
You could listen to that
Yes.
outside anytime,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I agree.
And I've done this in the past here during work time. If I just want to chill and kind of just stay in the zone of what I'm doing and not have anything like high energy music, this is gonna be funny.
Probably not.
But Fallout music 4. I mean,
Listen,
Fallout
bro.
4. Fallout 4 music.
You mean like the old retro
Yes.
type of music from the
Yeah.
50s? Oh yeah, I know a lot of people who got into that type of music because
Yes.
of the Fallout game. Like music in games are largely slept on. It's a complete tangent as we normally
No,
do.
I would
right?
go out of my
But, like,
way and
music
say,
in
give me
games is-
Fallout
is-
soundtrack on YouTube, and I'll just let it play.
Right. But back to Play Anywhere, right? Like there's a lot of games, yeah, the way it's set up. And even the Xbox version is gonna have the soundtrack, right?
Yeah,
But how are you gonna hear the soundtrack?
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be some app on the Xbox, whatever, or built into the game to listen to the tracks, right?
Mhm,
It
mhm.
won't be like they have it on Steam where you get the MP3s, right?
Yeah,
In a folder somewhere, right? So there's that. But I've spoken about Play Anywhere so much that's my default version of a game. If I've decided I want Game X, the first time I'm looking for it to see if it's on Xbox,
If it's
on Game Pass, and if it's Play Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? First, I'm looking at if it's on Game Pass, even though I want to buy the game because I'm going to get that 20% off, right? Shinobi, I already paid for Shinobi and it's not coming out till August, right? I've seen so much in the trailer, right, that I know what I'm looking at. I see the references from Shinobi 3. I see the additional moves and the detail because I'm ensconced in that franchise, right?
Yeah.
Like I see enough to know I'm sold on it, right?
Yeah.
So, and therefore I already won the game. Okay, so now it's about I want to get the best version possible for my money. And by default, that's the Play Anywhere version. Because not only will I have an Xbox version, I'll have a PC version, right?
Yeah.
And because I have an RG Ally, that also means I could take that version on the go. I have a PC version that one day when there's mods and extra stuff and blah, 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 you know, I could push that game to way more than was ever designed to be, right? In the future.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, in the current day, I have a console version. I got a PC version. I got a version I can play on my handheld. And then usually it's also on the cloud as well.
And what is that called? Play Anywhere.
Play Anywhere. That's Play Anywhere, right? So I look for that, right?
Yeah.
Once I decide on a game, that's the first thing I'm going to look for. Then depending on the situation, either I'll buy it twice like I did with the Capcom collection, right?
Yeah.
Because I want Capcom to keep supporting the Xbox platform.
Yeah.
Even though I bought it on PC because it's not Play Anywhere, but I need that game on the go.
Yeah.
Right? I need certain games on the go, right? Like during my downtime when I was away, right? Because I was moving and stuff, that RG Ally, it came in handy when I had no internet except my phone. Right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna do the online verification. I just did what do you call that with the phone? On the hotspot.
Yeah.
Not to upgrade the games and get patches or whatever, because I make sure all my games are patched before I moved out, right?
Yeah.
But so that way I could play in offline mode. I made sure I switched to offline mode. If there was a patch of note for a game, like one or two games, I did that for because it was actually worth.
You have to really tell it, set it to offline, or it just like it doesn't have an internet connection.
No, you have to tell it to go to offline mode, and you have to do that when you're online, so that way when you're offline,
wait,
you can
what?
play. But some games don't. But most games don't care at all, right? You don't have to do that. When you launch the game, if you played the game before at least once, right?
Yeah,
it'll work offline, no problem. Like the menus will act funky. And then afterwards, it'll complain that it's not able to upload the stuff to, like the cloud. Like the game saves and stuff to the cloud.
Yeah.
And it's gonna put a little marker there, right? Because you're offline.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that, no, it works fine. But see, this is what I'm saying about Play Anywhere. It allows me to get the best possible version of a game, and it's not about the platform or anything else. If PlayStation did the same thing, I'd be buying a bunch of PlayStation games as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like. Because we know eventually there's going to be a point where their games are day and date. It's happening closer and closer with every release, right? We already know it's a matter of time, right? Now, if PlayStation did the same thing,
no, as a PlayStation fan, that's never going to happen.
Right. But I'm saying, right? It's not about the platform. If I'm saying, right? If Nintendo did the same thing, right? I can get the console version and the PC version, right? All at one time. I'll buy a game that I won't touch for 8 years, right? Because it's how Steam guys get, right? We'll buy a bunch of games and then never get to play them, right? Because they were on sale or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like that's free money for these guys, right? Like they get free money for nothing. And I'm willing to do that, right? But I feel that's the best way. Once you already decide you want whatever the game is, right? And so now, because then you get cross-play and cross-saves, right?
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You want that in all of these platforms. I don't care what anybody says. Like, okay, with crossplay, I understand the whole debacle with cheating and stuff. But other than that, with the cloud saves and, with these portable PCs and whatnot, you want that, right? You want to be able to leverage that. We see that now, right? How PlayStation doesn't have that if you're not paying for PSN Plus. After a while, you lose your saves. My buddy Wetworks,
I think you get 6 months or something before it deletes.
No, it's less than that. It's like 3 months because my
Even worse.
my buddy Wetworks, his PS5 was broken, and and just before that, he stopped paying for PS Plus, and it took a little while before he was able to get his system back. And by the time he did, and his saves were gone because his system had broke. He had lost those too, and they're not even in the cloud anymore because he was like a week late to getting back to them. Right on Xbox, that's never a thing. You don't even pay for that. It's just automatic and free. Right, but it leverages that stuff when you play on the cloud. Right, you're not going to have your saves on you. You don't even have the game on you. You're streaming it from some machine remotely.
Yeah.
But your saves are there too. It just works automatically. So that's a thing I look for. I know like Realist is of the same mind when it comes to that, right? Like that's basically like the best version of a game to get, right? But the fact that they're pushing for this is something I was asking for like about a week ago. I put up a tweet, and then boom, at GDC. This is the perfect place for it to happen. And they're partnering with this with the ESA, which is great, right? That just goes to show they're pushing for what's good for gaming for all of us. And I love to see that.
Well, they're pushing it because it's going to make more money, right?
Oh,
but,
no doubt.
But like when I would play anywhere, I told you I don't even buy games on Xbox anymore if they're not played anywhere, because Xbox has a whole initiative to play anywhere, and for the most part, that anywhere is PC and cloud.
Yeah,
and I know that they have to do like GOG does, because that's my biggest issue with GOG is that they don't have enough new games.
Right.
They don't have enough new games in their I guess storefront. So what they would do is they will put Cyberpunk in there day one. They'll put Witcher 4 in there day one. So you got to lead. You got to lead by example and show, hey, it works.
Yes.
Like
you know,
the whole, especially with the DRM thing. Whereas Xbox, you look at these games. You basically look at what Rockstar's trying to do. They're trying to get people to buy it on console, and then they bring it on PC, and then they double dip. Right now, they could do it because their game is their game, but everybody can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to play anywhere, a lot of these publishers are looking at it like we might lose a sale.
But a lot of them need to realize they're losing a sale if they don't have it, because a lot of people won't buy a game if it's not that at all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But if you look at like the games, you put it on Steam, it's play anywhere by default. You know what I mean? Because a PC is a PC, even if it's handheld. You can play it. You can play it on all PC platforms, and you have up to 10 that you can play it on. A lot of these companies are going to have to become more consumer friendly. The market is about to dictate, because it's just too much going on. People have too many options, and they're just going to have to do what's best for the consumer for once. Eventually, it'll come to that. I don't think it's there quite yet, but I know Microsoft can deal with partners, because right now it seems like maybe like I can't say every Sega game, because every Sega game that's come out recently is Play Anywhere. Square games have been Play Anywhere.
Yeah, but not Shinobi. Like the one game I feel like they're doing that on purpose because they know they can make the money on that game no matter what.
What's that? $30?
I think it's 40 if you get the deluxe version, but I believe it's 30 for the base. Yeah, I think it's 30 for the base. I think so.
So then I would have to just buy it on Steam.
Right. And that's what I did. I didn't buy it on Xbox. I would have if it was Play Anywhere, because it came with the soundtrack. But even then, I probably would have bought it on Steam, because I don't know how they do soundtracks on Xbox.
See, that's my problem with Microsoft. They got to find a way to make their PC storefront more attractive.
Right.
Because right now with all these initiatives, they're making everybody else look better than them.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Game Pass really is an opportunity. Like I was watching Ono's Alex this past weekend, right? He came up with an idea for what PC Game Pass should be. And it's a mixture of things you've heard before, like they need to have World of Warcraft as a part of the subscription, right? But what he really said is that they need to have a PC Game Pass Ultimate, right? Like how we have Ultimate, right? It's PC and Xbox, but really
it is PC Game Pass Ultimate though.
No, right. But what he's saying for the Ultimate, for like expressly PC, like you put all that stuff that PC has, right?
Like what?
Including World of Warcraft. You include the subscription for that right there. That's like $12 alone, I think. They
don't need to do that.
They don't need to do that. But what I'm saying, you charge $20 for that PC Game Pass. All those World of Warcraft people.
It is $20
A
for
lot of-
PC Game Pass.
No, it's $9.99 if I'm not mistaken.
Game Pass Ultimate is $20 no matter what.
No. But I'm saying PC Game Pass is $9.99. But
Right,
Game
but
Pass
you're not going to
Ultimate, yeah, right.
charge. You know, but so what you're asking is, remember we had this conversation years ago when the Activision stuff came out. They can't add World of Warcraft when they're able to charge people $15 a month.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. See, you're thinking about Game Pass Ultimate for the console side, even though it includes PC. What I'm trying to tell you is what he was theorizing, right? Listen to the words. PC Game Pass Ultimate, a different tier for $20 that offers things that
That's my point.
Game Pass
I understood
Ultimate
what you said.
different, right? But more exclusively PC stuff, right?
But that's what I understood you. Listen to what I'm saying. They're able to charge $15 for 10 million people right now. Every month, people are paying $15. So that would basically make PC Game Pass. What, you gonna knock a couple bucks off and charge $22? Like, they're able to get 10 million people right now without any other perks.
Yes.
To pay $15 a month. There's no purpose for them adding World of Warcraft. Now, let me just say this, and then I'll let you go back. And because like hardcore World of Warcraft people are seeing the population drop, and they see Game Pass as a way to bring the game back.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how Microsoft, because see, the thing is, people who play World of Warcraft, they could care less about Game Pass.
But that's what I'm saying. See, you're saying 10 million or so, right? Pay 15.
That's the last number. That's the last number I heard.
No. That's an accurate number. I'm pretty sure. But let's go with it, whichever, right? But I'm saying they could upsell to about $20 a month, right? And they get access to a bunch of other PC stuff, right? Like Avowed and now Balatro and all that other stuff that works with the PC player base already, right? You make one that's more germane to the PC audience. You focus a bit more than you have before, because PC Game Pass alone, just the $9.99 version, is great if you're a PC gamer, sure, right? I feel they still offer you about as much as like the Xbox equivalent does if you're just on PC, right? Like, for $9.99 you get Starfield and Indiana Jones and Call of Duty and all this other stuff, right? $9.99 is great, and if you're a PC gamer and you play these games, you should be on PC Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Like, about as much as if you're an Xbox gamer, you better be on Game Pass, right? Like, if you're a PC guy for $9.99 a month, what they offer, that's pretty damn good, right? But if they could upsell that instead of $9.99 to $20 a month, and they add a bunch more PC specific shit, on what Alex was saying at first when he was saying, I was like, nah. When he said the name PC Game Pass Ultimate, I'm like, what do you mean by that? And then he really broke it down, and I was like, oh, I see the track, I see the direction he's on with it, and I feel the idea needs a little bit of tweaking, but in general, it's a great idea, I think, right? Like, the PC side needs to be paid attention to a bit more, and I think it's going to help the whole ecosystem as a whole, because you see how Game Pass is really, not really Game Pass, but Xbox is really getting this money off of the backs of these PlayStation games with Call of Duty and some of their older games they're putting out there, right? Like, they just announced the date for Forza Horizon 5, right? So they're making that money off of these PlayStation guys, but what I feel they need to do is also redouble their efforts on the PC side as well, because we already know these PlayStation guys are helping to fund our Game Pass addictions, right? Which is great. So okay, apply that same thing to the PC guys. You already know what the PC guys want, because they always are very vocal about that, right? Like, PC guys always say, we want X, Y, Z. You do that, you got our money before it's even out. We will pre-order that, right? So it's easy to leverage, knowing what Microsoft has on offer, it's easy to leverage that and package that up and sell it. Just do it. It's simple. And I feel this Play Anywhere initiative, I think, would help to bridge that that gap overall, right? To make that the sales pitch that much easier, right? And plus, I just think for gaming as a whole, it's good that this whole Play Anywhere thing is getting an added push. Because I was just talking about that about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
The biggest problem for them on PC is they have next to no presence.
Yes.
So but they're working their way in the direction that you and the idea Alex gave. They're working in that direction because I don't know if you paid attention, but they're selling games on BattleNet, right?
Yes.
Avow's on BattleNet. They've already merged. They're basically, what do you call it, symbiotic, or for lack of a better term, you access BattleNet through Game Pass through BattleNet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're using those storefronts because no matter what people say about Overwatch, there's still I want to say, what is it, like 6 million people that are still playing it every day. Yep. On BattleNet. So I just don't see how like World of Warcraft will fit in. Sure, it'd be great value. Sure, it will populate the servers again and possibly be a revival, right? But I don't think that thing happens until they're able to get console working on PlayStation and Xbox, right? Possibly even Switch, because the thing about World of Warcraft is it's built for a potato. It's built so that anybody can play it. And another problem with Warcraft is one of the original Tomahawk games. It's one of the original live server. It's one of the original live service games that keeps people occupied and away from other games. So
my brother has been an addict of that game for 20 years, and that's where he's stuck. Like,
right.
I get games for him that I mention all the time, that I buy him games or tell him about games, like Avowed, to get him off of World of Warcraft, because that's all he plays. It's rare that he plays other things that he should be playing.
You don't have time for other games. That's
right. Exactly. It's like a addiction. It's like gravity. It pulls him in, and he can't escape it. Right. And so
you got friends. It's like Fortnite. Like, these games learn from World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need another game. That's and the content is so what is the word? Plentiful. Right.
Plentiful.
It's like you'll never be bored with the game.
Absolutely.
Unless Sega Man and Poe. So like it sounds great, and it would be great value. I think that World of Warcraft would be the worst thing to happen to Game Pass. Because
the console aspect is done, or just in general, no matter
what.
Well,
just because you're bringing in the worst type of gamer. You're bringing in a gamer that's content to play one game forever. You know what I mean? This is the problem with console. It's dominated by Fortnite, Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, and all this other crap.
Yes, you just made your point right there, because we've been talking about that aspect. So
that's what I was trying to say before. Yeah. So I said, let me rephrase it. It would represent great value, and it would repopulate World of Warcraft servers. Because I played World of Warcraft last year, or whenever that Shadows or whatever came out, because my boy's like, man, you got to play with me, man. I was like, man, I ain't play that game in forever, bro. Well, he's Australian.
No, okay.
And I was like, man, I ain't played that game in forever.
Jeremy Merchant?
Oh,
no,
Jeremy Merchant, man.
Well, we know Jeremy and Deli Jerome, but like,
Deli Jerome.
I'm talking about Mortarverse on Twitter. You know what I mean? He would always say, you need to come play again. You need to get back in. I said, man, I haven't played in so long. But see, that's why I stopped playing Elder Scrolls Online, because if you miss a day, man, everybody's left you, and they don't want to run dungeons with you.
I hate that.
Yeah. I used to play Final Fantasy 11 for a long time. This is why I wanted, and I've tried my best to try to get my brother off of World of Warcraft, right? And lately, it's because, the responsibility of a dad, his kids are in college and stuff, and so he has all types of errands, and so it keeps him off of it, right? But oftentimes I call him, whatever, he's in the middle of playing, and I'm having a conversation while he's playing the game.
Let me play.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yeah. And if it wasn't for real life obligations, right, he'd be playing that game a lot more than he already does. And he's been playing it for 20 years.
Let the man play.
Listen, man. He's part of the reason why I'm a gamer the way I am. I can't abandon him to be like a World of Warcraft whore forever. You know what I'm saying? As a Final Fantasy 11 whore, trust me, I know I can't leave my brother. I am my brother's keeper. Okay, I gotta look out for him. So that's where that comes from. But hey, realist man, you made your point 110%. Listen, we always debate stuff, right? And it may seem it may always seem like we loud or whatever on the outside,
They're
right?
loud.
But like
Black
we
man
generally
loud.
have a consensus on stuff. But this time, bro, and it's not the first time, but this time in particular, I can note this and say on this day, yeah, you really made your point on this one though. What you said there at the end, I'm 110% with you now. Now I follow what
Worst-
you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
the worst gamer
because we
ever?
kind of spoke about that earlier. Like,
Yeah.
people aren't playing enough games, and World of Warcraft is a game that you really don't need. And imagine if they do get more people playing it. Like,
Mhm.
why
would
not
lock
just
them
pay
into
$15 for World of Warcraft?
Yeah. They would just lock
You
them
know what I
into
mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, yeah, like I said, I know the World of Warcraft people see the game fading and they want to repopulate it, but man, for Game Pass, I think it presents value overall. But once you get locked into World of Warcraft and then you come to your senses and realize that's the only thing you're playing, what are you gonna do with Game Pass? You're gonna drop a tier.
Yep. That's what's gonna happen. Because I know a lot of people like, and it's funny too, because we got the rewards system and all that. And that was another thing Alex said. He knows about the reward and he spoke about it in detail, which is ironic. A year or two ago, right? Especially when I was first doing shows with Legal, right? Like he knew who I am, and like the episode where we talked about all the things that we wish was in a Spider-Man online game, just to hear about like the next day or whatever when the leak happened, like a day or two later, right? I remember one day I was in his chat, I called him out on some bullshit he was saying when he was being anti-Xbox, right? And I bring this up, it'll come full circle in a second, right? He was like, "Aren't you the guy?" And he does a screenshot of that one show, right? And then he plays Exposed, but I guarantee you, he didn't even listen to that episode or at least a clip of the section where we were talking about Spider-Man, right? Because the thing he tried to accuse me of, right, or us of, was being Xbox fanboys against Sony when the whole conversation was, this is what they should do with Spider-Man, right? And then like a day or two later, they the leak of the footage of the online game happening being exactly what we asked about, right? And like back then, and I say that to say that back then his mindset and his talking points against Xbox was the opposite of the shit that he says now. Now it kind of sounds like he's been marketing Xbox for like the past 6 months or a year now, right? But like if you hear him like 2 years ago, he was saying completely the opposite, and now he's getting all this cred for saying shit we've been saying for years and would get shit for. And it's ironic, right? But that's how obvious the moves that Xbox has been making, right? On the console side, not as well with the PC side, but I mean, in terms of games, you're getting stuff. But they definitely need to like address the app and things like that. I personally don't have an issue with the app, and therefore I don't really know how to fix it. But the people who complain about the app, they never really give a lot of details about that, about exactly what's wrong. I just use it as a launcher. I install the games, whatever. I launch the games. I don't really care that much about the fit and finish per se myself. And that's why I don't perceive the issues that people do. But my point being is that like
sounds
all
like
these
outlaw haters.
Right. It's all these people who sat there and talk shit, and then now years later they're using the same talking points that they used to roast as their talking points. And that's what I see Alex is doing. And generally, I always generally agreed 98% of the stuff Alex was saying all along from way back when he first hit the scene in the first place. Right. It's just that he's being Two-Face-esque about it, but he definitely won't see it that way. His recollection of shit won't be that way, right? Which is fine. But like the point I'm making by saying all of this is it just goes to show like this is ultimate validation of everything Xbox and Microsoft has been doing all this time to address the issues that we talk about, right? We see this with Play Anywhere, we see with like games proliferating and how to make a profit on these games that cost so much to make, right? All these things, they really are trying to address the issues that the industry has. And these are usually like the best examples or the best solutions to each one of these issues. And so it's just wild to see the same people who used to dunk on these talking points. Those are the ones they use now. But
word.
It's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, that's content creators, man.
Yeah.
They just come on there and talk about things.
Yep. But the level that he talks about it, like he gets it. He knows, which means he always knew when he was talking that shit back then. When he didn't, he quickly did. He quickly realized and stopped saying that shit. That's why the PlayStation guys would be up his ass that he rarely, if ever, had anything bad to say about Xbox fanboys. Because I'm sure you could find a toxic Xbox person out there in the internet, clearly, because there's going to be assholes no matter what, right? But generally, it's these PlayStation guys. Generally, it's not the Xbox guys. Once in a while, you see a wild Nintendo dude who's upset at the Steam Deck, and then all of a sudden now they're already concerned that the Steam Deck.
That's just a Nintendo guy. Don't worry about him.
Or like the Switch 2, right, is gonna be all right? Because anytime they announce anything about the Steam Deck, when the Steam Deck they just announced, by doing some math, based on some known things, they've at least sold, what was the number, like 4 million Steam Decks, right?
I think it's 3 and 6 PC handhelds in total. 3 million
just
for
the Steam
Steam
Deck in general, right?
Yeah, three
whatever
for
the
Steam.
number. All right, that makes sense. But in general, right? The Nintendo fanboy response has been, "Oh, the Switch is gonna be all right." Like, who's talking about the Switch? We're talking about Steam Decks and other handhelds, PCs in that
Who's talking to you guys?
Who's talking to you? We're not worried about you. Why are you concerned about it? But as the dude who had a Steam Deck on day one and did that live stream, right? Trust me, from the moment that system was announced, Nintendo heads was chasing after Steam, right? We're complaining about PC dudes. And Nintendo fanboys usually, they mind their own business. They think their shit don't sink. They're a lot like Mac guys, right? But they stayed in their own corner. And generally, right? Generally, they shut the hell up, right? But once the Steam Deck was announced, all of a sudden they felt like their dominance in handhelds, or like nobody else can have a handheld or whatever. And so you'll see, extreme examples like Harmon Smith, right? But even that is a small percentage, right? Just like any toxic Xbox person you could name, it's a small percentage to the overall. But when it comes to the PlayStation guys, anytime you see a toxic gamer, 9 times out of 10, it's a PlayStation guy. It's not a PC guy. It's not an Xbox guy. It's not a Nintendo guy. It's a PlayStation guy. It has something to do with PlayStation or something that's tangentially related.
Something, right?
They're always mad about something. And now with the whole PC thing, now they're going after PC guys because now all the numbers are coming out. This is where Sony's making their money, right? They're making easy money, I think the phrase was, or they're printing money or something like that.
Yeah,
that's what they're. That's what Yoshida said. Like, and now the PlayStation guys are mad that it's really on PC that's making Sony money and not PlayStation guys, right?
Xbox guys be like,
they see the writing on the wall.
Man, we just trying to get along, man. Let's game.
Yeah,
but you know what? But you know why there's not a lot of content to make for Nintendo and Xbox people is because, for the most part, we talk about Nintendo and Xbox.
Yeah.
When it comes to PlayStation, where their fanboys mess up is that they try to talk about PlayStation in relation to everything else, instead of just talking about PlayStation.
PlayStation, yes.
And so they get clowned because it never adds up. They have the worst gaming platform. They have the most people. Well, second most people. Perceived to have the most people still.
Right.
But it's the worst game. You know what? Nah, Nintendo's pretty bad too.
That's what I'm saying. They can be, but usually they mind their own business, right?
Yeah. But they always try to talk about it in relation. That's the problem with them. Yeah. And also, nobody cares when you talk about Nintendo fanboys, or when you talk about people who like to see the PlayStation fanboys are so toxic that people like to see them be made fun of.
Yes, exactly.
And like when you see these questions and they're like, which is the worst fan base? It's obvious that it's the PlayStation fan base. They're the most hated.
Question.
It's not because they're the nicest and the best gamers or the most gaming focused community. Like they're the most, like, we're the best, and they're not.
Off of nothing. Yeah.
So yeah, but I like Herman Smith, man. He loves him some Nintendo. Yeah. I can't get mad at somebody. See, that was always my problem with PlayStation. Like, back when I first started doing podcasts with y'all, I said, man, don't tell me about what you don't like. Tell me what you do like. And that's my problem with PlayStation fans. They want to talk about Xbox that they hate so much. And nothing about PlayStation. Like, people like putting Colin Moriarty's videos up, man. He's the captain of articulate bullcrap, using big words to say nothing.
Right.
And what he says makes no sense to anybody but PlayStation fans.
Right.
And that's only because they want it to make sense.
And Reforge, right? Like
Reforge is just a bootleg.
And a lot of his subs, right? And there's a lot of his subs, right, are just there to dunk on him, which I think is the dumbest thing. Y'all are spending money to dunk on him with super chats and stuff. Like he's like at this point,
and he's even said it straight out. It's like you're paying me to make fun of you.
Yeah, like you idiot. Like stop paying him. If you want to make fun of him, go ahead. Trust me, I get where the sentiment comes from. But why are you why are you giving him money to dunk on him? What are you, stupid? Like, holy shit, that shit doesn't make no sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
But outside of that, it is pretty funny though. I'm not gonna lie. But they use the super chat.
It's funny because I think it really affects him.
It really does. But in the end, the thing that he says to comfort himself is that you're spending money to dunk on him. At the end, he could cry in the vat of money that he's making off of you guys. It's not a vat of money, but I'm saying he's making a couple hundred.
Damn, a vat of money.
I'm saying making a couple $100 each time, right? And he could cry into the money.
He paying bills.
Yeah, he's paying bills with it, bro. So y'all keep doing that if you want. I think that's a smart idea. I think it's dumb. Just clown on him for free. Clown on him for free. Don't add him, right? Don't put any links that will link to him and give him analytics and stuff. No, you put the clips up, you say his name, but you don't add his name so I can link back to him one way or another. That cut off the money stream while at the same time dunking on him.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. But like I said about Harmon Smith, like I bring up his name and I don't get into the details. I don't have to. Technically, he said some toxic shit, but he has not done toxic shit to anybody, right? He's quite the weirdo. He might have issues, I don't know, of some kind, but I'm not going to sit there and dunk on the guy because of his wild beliefs. Because his beliefs aren't actionable. He doesn't do anything to anybody. He buys his games. He blindly loves that
Lamar guy.
I don't even know who Lamar is.
What's his name?
He loves his Nintendo,
What's that
right?
one dude with the big old eyes that I don't like, man?
Lamar Wilson.
Yeah.
Lamar Wilson. Oh, okay. No. No. Okay, Harmon Smith.
Everybody loves him.
Nintendo. Right. Yeah. I do like him, but I understand what tech means. But Harmon, I'm saying he loves Nintendo, right? He talks about Nintendo. He buys Nintendo. He thinks Nintendo is a shit for real, right? He says wild, stupid shit about other platforms when he's ranting, but he's not tweeting shit all day and lying about stuff online for clout and stuff. He's not doing any of that stuff. We wouldn't even know who he was if it wasn't for Ono as Alex and to a much lesser extent for Tanga, right? Because he's that low on the radar. Like other people bring him up to dunk on him because they have no soul and they just rather dunk on people for money, right? But I only bring him up to show him as an example, right? He's the only one I could bring up as an example. Like these Nintendo guys, like they exist, but they're not out there being toxic all day. That I only know of him to bring up. I don't know anybody else to name. Do you guys?
The Emperor, whatever his name is, Emperor, bruh.
I don't even know him. I think it's like the Emperor / bruh. EMPBRUH, Emperor.
I've
never heard of him.
Anyway, if you look it up on YouTube, he actually solid, man. His ranking would be Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And to me, he's over the top of his Nintendo stuff. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to everything that's like BS, he's down. I mean, it's easy to call out the BS, and it's mostly like PlayStation rhetoric. But he's one that I know of. I used to watch that dude with the Viking helmet.
Viking helmet.
I think it's like Obi-Wan or something like that.
Oh, was it an older white dude who used to play Call of Duty?
Nah. He was a black dude about our age, high energy. And then what's the other guy who he is the worst Nintendo fan. He's black. I think he has like an African name.
Yo, why do I gotta be black though?
He's got. Well, what's the name? Not black. I mean, and he's my favorite. What's his name that you just named? Cody Lee.
Cody Lee.
The dude you just named.
I didn't name anybody.
Harmon
The
Smith?
one, Harmon Smith.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know which one is his real name and which one is his moniker, but he writes books under the name Cody Lee.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He writes books. Yeah. He's the author. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know what's his real name, what's his moniker, but he's my favorite because he's just the funniest. Because like he's funny without even realizing how goofy he is.
Right. He's not
But like,
toxic. He's blind.
you will
to
know-
Nintendo, but no.
Okay, that's what his name is. OJ Essence.
OJ Essence. I've never heard of this.
I think it's called OJ Player Essence. I think he works for an outlet too. But like this dude, like they muted me for saying Neo the World Is Yours didn't do that well. Like it probably did well for AJRPG, but let's stop acting like it was a world beater. They were celebrating 500,000 sales. You know OJ
for that. And they
muted me. I never been back to this channel since.
Wow, that's some old bullshit.
Because let's be honest, man. Any other game that we're hyping up, if it sold 500,000, we calling that a huge game? No. But because it was a Nintendo exclusive, he took offense to that, like Michael Jordan.
It's the same I said about Balatro on Android at 10 million. That ain't nothing for Android. That's not nothing. It's great for console, and that's not even like a failure in any measure, no matter how you look at it, right? But it's the same thing you're saying there. Like 500,000 ain't really shit. Now a game like that probably didn't cost a lot of money to make and blah blah blah, and thus 500,000 is fine, right? But once again, we're not gonna brag about it like you're saying. It just is what it is. It depends on the context.
Yeah.
But these guys don't want to hear that, and they muted you off of that. Wow.
Yeah, you're mutable,
bro. They time me out. Now, to his credit, he did say, "No, you don't have to time him out," because he started addressing me directly, right?
Okay.
But I was muted, so I didn't respond to him. But by then, you know, I'm getting bullied by nerds. You know,
man.
Like,
You're getting bullied by nerds big time.
Getting bullied by nerds is a weird thing, ain't it? Yeah.
It's like Twitter. It's like a PlayStation fan can say the dumbest thing, but if they get 300 likes to your 15 ratio.
Yeah. Of all their fellow PlayStation fans, right, who are complete morons, and it's you got ratioed. Like, that didn't mean anything. Half of those votes are their own bot accounts that they use on like the fake Marius. Every day for like a month, I was blocking a new account that was following me until eventually I had like a week or and a half or like 2 weeks of no new follows until the other day he finally made another account to follow me with one. If you know what I mean, the fake Marius, right? And it's just weird. Like these guys are obsessed.
I think it's soundboard.
Yeah, you need a soundboard for that. You need a soundboard for that.
Oh, my son got in trouble for using a soundboard on Roblox. You're not supposed to do it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's how it was. Like they all just gained. He must be a PlayStation fan.
Ratio.
No. And then I said, nah. I said I actually prefer Xbox over PlayStation. Oh, that's even worse. And then he saw the chat start moving so fast, attacking. It's like, but I never went back because, like, I mean, that's a Nintendo safe space. You know, like when I hear BS, it's hard to listen to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
BS is BS no matter what.
That's why I can't understand how, you know, Xbox fans, y'all know Shane G. So Shane G complains about Colin Moriarty
all day.
All day.
Yeah, he does.
But he's a Patreon.
Yep.
I said, bro,
Colin Moriarty.
I put him a message, bro.
Wow.
He said, yeah, I know I'm a part of the problem.
And that's the thing, he knows it, and that's what fuels his anger, right?
I can't.
It's
do
cyclical.
That. How can you just pay somebody just to
that you hate? That you hate. Like that's what I'm saying about the Reforged thing.
I think at a certain level, he still is entertaining to certain people, just like Reforged. Because like I heard what's his name say Alex in some video say that he was entertaining. I'm like, I don't know how he's entertaining. It's only entertaining when you see him look like he's about to cry
because he said it, and now everybody's gonna believe that because he said so. That's the problem with it.
But I mean, everybody knows what those dudes are made of, man. Everybody knows those dudes are made up. So
I
there's
wasn't
no
following Sir
surprises.
Bruvian unless he made a new account. Sir
I
Bruvian.
I don't know if he has a Twitter, but he
Yeah, he
should.
has one now.
He should keep riding the
Sir
wave.
Bruvian. Yeah. Which he is. His videos are still like natural. Like he's not popular like that anymore. He's not the guy do joy anymore, but his content is still solid, right? Like he's still saying real shit. Like he's now into Halo 2, right? And he
Bro,
and he made
he's
another
talking
video
about
game.
gaming.
Yeah, he's talking about gaming. He made other videos that are just gaming or just like overall gaming that are not Xbox specific. And he even made a video about a PlayStation game a couple weeks ago. Like he didn't abandon PlayStation at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I love about that dude. He's there for gaming's sake and for no other reason, right? He used to be some kind of way as a PlayStation dude, you know. He realizes the error of those ways, but he doesn't hide it either. All that old content, he didn't delete none of it to clean up his track record or history or whatever, right? He's a real gamer. He put up a video a couple days ago about soundtracks and games. We were just talking about this earlier, right? And he put up his list of games. And sometimes it was just a franchise in general, right? But it's just like, bro, I would love to do a video like that. Like when YouTube was a new thing and Angry Video Game Nerd was like the top person on YouTube. That's when I wanted to start YouTube, right? I had a DV camera and all this other stuff I was about to start, right? This is why I've been buying all the gear now. I bought the same camera as you. I want to finally start doing some of that stuff.
Because he be balling now with the cash.
Now, I'm not balling, but I had a couple things that I always had plans to get, and I just got them a little earlier than anything else, is the honest truth. Like I was going to get the table anyway. That's been on my list for 6 to 8 months, right? The headphones from the day they announced them. The speakers, not so much, but I did want some monitor speakers, right? I was going to get an ultra wide, but they don't have the
Punty.
that I want.
I think Punty's leaving.
Bro.
Later, Punty.
All right, Punty.
Later, Punty. But
bro,
like,
I thought my boy had a big old clipped woofer. I was like, this dude, just to sit at his desk, I put that in the living room.
Bro, listen, it's overkill, but here's what happened. Oh, okay, just a story on that, right?
Bro.
I'm gonna tell here's what happened with my brother. So I went on, I've been using the AI lately, like the Copilot AI, and I asked it, show me a set of monitor speakers that will match with the model number of my monitor, right? Within this price range. Okay, give me 4 options, right? And then I asked him some questions about the 4 options. Which one sounds the best in terms of reviews and stuff, right? And it told me the cheapest one that was $100 for a pair of speakers. I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna buy that. And then I look on Amazon and they had a bundle with a subwoofer for $179 with the subwoofer, so it was $279, right?
What?
I'm about to buy it, except I run it past my brother, right? He's a man of a certain age, like I was saying earlier to take. Anybody in their 50s, right? They grew up in the 70s. Thus, they know about good audio because that's what they used to get marketed back in the 70s. It just is, right? Anybody I respect as an OG or just an older dude, like my older brothers, Runaway Dragons, Wetworks, King David, anybody like that, right? They grew up in that time period, and so they're expert about that. So I showed him the speakers that I was looking at, and he was like, these are great speakers, but I had also explained to him, I want monitors. I don't need any kind of wild EQ. It's completely digital, right? My PC is going to be powering it 80% of the time, and the other 20% will be my Xbox, right? I'm not using it for movies, except I will be listening to music and watching YouTube videos, stuff like that. I want good high-end audio, and I don't want to ever have to replace the speakers. I wanted them to be end game, right? So for less than $300, I thought I'd found a good setup, right? Then he said to me, he instantly dropped the link, right? And he was like, bro, based on what you said, if you really want to get end game and buy one time and not buy again, and as my brother, we have the same mindset of that, right? He said, this is the one you should get. Clearly, he'd been hanging on to this link for a good amount of time. These speakers came out in 2018, right? And he too is of that age bracket, right? He's in his 50s. So I didn't even question him. Once I saw the speakers and the sub, and I saw the price. It was $428 at the time. Yesterday was $458. Right?
From Best
Instantly was
Buy?
like, no, on Amazon. Right? Once I saw that, I didn't have to question anything else. He's my brother. I already know what he's into. Plus, he's of that age group, with speakers and all that. And clearly, he just dropped the link so quick, he had to already have had it. And so there's no reason he would lie to me anyway, but everything all fits, right? And so I bought them blind. I didn't check the specs. I didn't check nothing.
Damn.
He's my brother. I trust him.
That's the only excuse, bro. Bro, Tech, you need to get on Twitter. You need to look at that big ASS sub that he got right by his left leg.
Yes. Yep.
His left leg is gonna be vibrating when he walks down the street.
Yeah,
that
bro.
thing is ridiculous, bro.
It's ridiculous. OD, yes.
I got a regular home thing, right? My brother-in-law got the same clip set up, but not the same as his, but a woofer about that same size. Bro, and that's for his whole living room.
Yes.
And he got that underneath his computer desk.
Yes. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, and I know I keep saying that, and I sound like somebody else who talks about, he's not trying to talk about money, but he always talking about how much he makes, right? I'm not trying to do that, right? I'm really not. And trust me, I see the hypocrisy on when that person says that, and for me to sit there and try to act like that, I'm trying not to be. I don't mean it like that.
Tech is from Houston, Texas, just like me. He came up when they got the big old woofers in the trunk.
Oh yeah, man, I got 18s in the back, man.
Right.
Yes.
But
and that's what he got, Tech, by his left leg.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't want that big booming stuff that just is loud for no good reason. But it's not. Do you have room
for your legs there?
Actually, okay. So the honest truth is, I have to move the table over to the right a little bit to put it in between the left leg and that piece of furniture that you see to the left of the table.
Yeah.
Right? It should be able to fit right there, so that way my feet could fit under the table comfortably, because right now, no, it doesn't have to be a little bit off to the right somewhat. I'm not lined up with the monitor right now.
You might as well be a
I'm
DJ.
honestly not. But bro, the sub is OD. The knob goes up to 11.
It's still got a living room surround system.
It's gonna blow away that back wall.
No. The sub is. The speakers. Yeah.
Good thing.
No,
The speakers are alright. I know what that woofer looks like.
Good thing you're next to the breaker box, man. You're gonna flip.
Yeah, the breaker. You see the breakers is right there for the whole house. It's right there. That's that panel right there. Right. So I just wanted some end game shit. I trust my brother, and indeed, it is some end. I will never have to replace this for anything else. I could only downgrade off
speaker from Back to the Future.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, right at the very beginning when he goes flying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But in the end, that's what I want in terms of quality. Like the power, I will never. Even my old set of Altic Langston's that I had before this, and the Bose that I had before, after that, in between, like you used to see my PC on the Bose box. That's what the box was for, right? And I love
that's
those
what I got,
speakers.
regular old Bose system, bro.
And they sound great, but I wanted something
to me they do.
End game, right? End game, clear audio that just isn't just loud, but you can't discern nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Completely digital. It works with everything. I plugged in my PC with USB. It's got the optical, it's got the line in if I ever get a record player, which I never would. Or if I play something analog, I could just plug it in with those, right? It'll be perfect. I don't need a receiver. I don't need nothing crazy. I already got the Astro with the bass, right? With the HMIs in it, right?
Bass.
Oh, that basically functions as like a mini receiver. These headphones are actually great. I'm talking to you on them right now, right? But that's why I did that. But the sub was OD. Maybe I should have gotten a bundle with a smaller one. But in the end, I'll never have to replace this shit ever. You might as well
wire that to your TV too.
You might have to replace the house because it's gonna fall apart with that thing.
Okay, you know what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna get a smaller one and then put this big one in the living room. I'll probably get the 10-inch one.
See, now you made him change his mind. He's gonna
have a 10-inch one. No, but that's why I said I will never upgrade. I might downgrade. To upgrade would be folly. I might get more speakers to get a surround setup before I do that. Doesn't make sense.
You might as well get concert-sized speakers.
No, but I already got, right in this little ass room. No. But yeah, that's how I have it set up right now, and it sounds really good. I just that was the thing I was most happy about. And then the first thing I played,
DJ Magic Mike bass.
I'll give you 2 more guesses. That was actually a good guess. No,
Because that would have been my first.
Because I did play that eventually.
DJ made it. Bass.
Okay. I just bought a phone. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I just bought a phone.
Is it Manny Fresh big?
He has a cat. Flossie Carter. I know his sound test.
Yeah. Oh, you told me. You were telling me. That's right.
That's the first thing I played.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I played.
You know, the one thing I took from him
What?
is blue laces. I'll use blue laces.
I don't use blue laces either.
You should know. I'm saying you should use blue laces. Blue laces.
You should do an 8-ball MJG, Mr. Big.
Well, okay, because I don't know if you like if
Mr.
you follow
Big,
me.
Mr. Big.
You know, he plays that goofy song. Well, I forgot his name. Like, I used to watch Flossie Carter. But his videos are too
Play
long.
Gangnam Style.
And the like play the bass line, whatever the dude is saying, right? And then but his bass test song is blue laces. And I found another bass test song. My wife laughs at me every time I play it, right? It's Cardi B Money. Every time I get some new headphones, I play Cardi B Money. Cause it when it starts off, it got that same deep rumbling bass.
Yes.
So that's those are my bass test songs.
Yeah.
Which one?
And Dr. Dre isn't good for bass, but for just audio quality in general. Dr. Dre, because he always put he always broke off his elbow in his production. It was always
I play classical.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I get like Bose stuff, because they're supposed to be about
Classical as
clarity.
well. Yeah.
Then I play that.
And being Haitian, I play some Haitian music, which is like jazzy, band type of music, with real instruments and stuff. So I played all types of things. I played some scenes from movies where I know, certain sounds are gonna happen and things like that. I've adjusted. I've already got the sub halfway, and it's too much. Right?
You didn't turn up to 11?
Supplements.
Bro, 11. I don't even think it's up to 4.
Bro, the woofer is as big as the whole setup.
Bro, the woofer is 31 pounds. Not a super high-end woofer, but for a table, but under a computer table for like a 2.1 setup, yeah, it's overkill. But it's also end game. That was the whole point.
Play that one for your best bass test.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'll try that out. And then
DJ.
there was this other sound test I tried. There's 2 versions of it. There's one that's a minute and there's one that's 5 minutes. And so if you look up sound test on YouTube, I'm pretty sure it'll be like the first one you see, right? But there's the part where it plays the left. It plays some like these tones where they go through all the frequencies, right, on the left, and then it does the right. And then when it gets to the sub, from the very beginning, it goes.
You sound like a rock. You sound like an old rock star,
Bro. The only time I felt anything like that, you see 108 Dragons? That dude has 3 subwoofers. The first time I ever heard him play those, my heart skipped a beat. I had to throw something at him because he couldn't hear me, to turn the volume down because I really thought something was wrong with me. Because it hurt for real in my chest. My heart literally skipped a beat. If that has ever happened to you before, you would know what I'm talking about. I'm not joking.
Okay. I have a story about that.
Oh, so that's happened to you?
So back in the day, I used to own those first generation Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Ooh,
Okay.
I already know you're going.
So it has that hatchback dome in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the first things I did was put in a sound system in there, right?
Of course.
I forgot what size woofers I had, but I had 2 huge woofers in the back, right? And got the amps. I got the capacitors. I had everything, right? Everything to give me bass, like just bass, right?
It's mindless bass where it's not clear at all or nothing, right?
That's what we did. I was going to community college, and I would pick up my friend and his sister to take him to school, right?
Wake up! It's time for school.
So I picked him up. His sister was sitting in the back. She was pregnant at the time, right?
Oh no, that's not good.
And I, on the way to school, I started playing some music, but it had like deep bass, like just.
Oh no!
Like,
and I make her go into labor.
I turned it up, man, and me and my buddy were just like, yeah, because it felt so good that like like that dome just amplifies it, right?
Yeah.
That hatchback.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, in the corner of my eye, I see this little hand just kind of, it's just kind of like bypass me, right? And we both look. It finally caught our attention in the front seat, and we look, and we're like, "What?" We turn it down. She's like, "Turn it down." She couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
because the bass like sucked the air out of her. It was that bad. Like,
I was yelled at once by my mom once, right? She yelled at me in the morning for I don't know what, but I know in hindsight now she was going through menopause, right? So I was like in high school, and she yelled at me out of bed in the morning, and my heart had skipped a beat then, and my chest. I felt horrible all day. I cannot explain to you the way I felt bad, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't feel right all day. Okay, it's quite the opposite. You just recovered from this flu, right? You feel regular, but to just feel regular feels great right now, right? Because you just recovered from the flu. Imagine the opposite of that, right? That's how I felt until the next day, right? So what happened with One Away Dragons was the second time that happened to me. Like 3 all hit at the same time. I don't know what. My heart's literally skipped a beat the same way. That's why I know what it was, because I had a prior experience with that, right? It caught me at that right moment, right in between the beats of the heart, and it hurt bad. And he didn't realize that first. I had to throw something at him to get his attention. I am not kidding, right? So, this is not even as good as one of those subs that he has, right?
Yeah.
And this is, large sub. It is very good, very modern. It was made in 2018, right? And it's just, MDF. It's not even, proper wood. It's MDF, right? It's the bits of wood that they boil together, whatever, right? Same with the speakers, right? It's like that fake wood, let's say, right? But it's great, but like, no, I went too far, but at the end, I know I don't have to ever think about it again. Period.
Yeah.
Period. And that's what I wanted. And even more important than that, or maybe as important, I'd say, is that it's clear. It's not just like they had in the 80s and 90s, where it's bass, but it don't sound like nothing, right? It's like you couldn't make out the sound of nothing. Yeah. Honestly, right? And that's not what this is. I hear the bass in everything. If a person is talking, I hear it. I hear things
like
I never heard
busted
before.
out woofer, right?
It's like now when I'm watching podcasts or even YouTube videos, you know how some people say, "Oh, your mic is this and that and blah blah blah." I would never hear that stuff. Now I can hear when people are moving around stuff on their set and their mic is up on a bar or something, and it's vibrating in the thing. I hear that now. It vibrates the sub. I hear the bass off of that. Like, is different, right? It's complete. I hear things I never heard. It's the same with these Astros, by the way.
Yeah.
I hear things I've never heard before that were always there. It's like hearing stuff for the first time all over again. Everything I'm hearing, right? So, movies, music, whatever. Good quality audio isn't something that people focus on. It's really about the video quality and stuff like that. And things with like Beats, headphones, and other things have brought back attention at like a macro level. But good quality audio freaking matters, and people have forgotten. And it's very hard to be reminded until you experience it again.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh right, yeah. And that's why, like, I spent too much. I went overkill, but I don't regret it at all. I would do the same thing all over again. Maybe I'd get the 10-inch woofer instead of the 12, but that was the first offer that I saw.
Yeah.
And that's what he told me to get. And so that's what I got. Had I sat there and thought about it, I would have got the little slightly smaller one. But in the end, who cares? That's fine.
Bro, you don't have to apologize for your ostentatious display of wealth.
No, bro. Ostentatious display of wealth. I'm not the one who buys stuff all the time. That's you. Like, this is the one time when I bought a lot of stuff. This is probably the last time I'll be buying a bunch of stuff like this ever again.
Realist saying
like,
that when he came over to QuakeCon, I'm like, what are you doing? Man, I just bought me this new monitor and keyboard and headphones and this and that. And I'm like, dude, You could have been fine with your laptop. Nah, man, I need a monitor. I need a keyboard. To say, maybe you should have brought that with you. Like, nah, I'll just buy it.
Bro,
Yep.
you know
The
what?
irony, huh?
The thing is I could, like, if I didn't like it, I bring it back. You know what I mean? Because I bought it from Best Buy.
Right.
You know, but I ended up keeping it. It was a 1440, like I think 200 refresh.
240 hertz.
Yeah, 200 something. It was some odd number. It wasn't 240. It was some random number, bro. And so, yeah, but you know, it was a good price. It was like $300. You know what I mean? So, and what was it? 32 inches. So like, it was just a monitor. And because, man, everybody had theirs, and I would have been on my little laptop. And I noticed everybody else had their little laptop stands and stuff. So I was like, oh, let me get a laptop stand. so I had a laptop.
Oh man.
And a monitor like all that other people buy laptops. Because there's no way that no,
I was just gonna say. So what you do that all the time. This is like one time in my life, maybe like more like the fourth time, let's say, in my life that I spent money like this on a lot of things. I bought a router, monitor, table, speakers, headphones, hard drive, a phone, right? A camera that I've yet to set up. That I bought the same camera that Tech has, right?
Yeah.
You know, I bought stuff. I bought a new iPad. I gave away my old iPad to somebody who didn't have an iPad at all, right? Instead of using it for trade-in value, right? I bought some new Timbs, right? Because I've been eyeing some Timbs for a minute.
Yeah, you got Timbs,
right? I always get Timbs, but I never had butters. I would always get black Timbs. I've never had butters.
Really?
Before.
You didn't want?
Yeah.
You didn't want any lugs?
Nah, man. If I bought lugs, I'm from New York. I'm gonna get my ass beat, even though I don't live there anymore.
I was watching the
New
video.
York got a problem with lugs?
I guess.
I was watching some video about fashion, and they were talking about about Tim's, and if you didn't have the money, you buy lugs, right? And then people who bought lugs got clowned on for getting lugs. I'm like, I don't know. It's like I kind of like the name lugs more than Tim's, you know. But
that's not true, because like, okay, when I came back down to Texas, like nobody was really rocking Tim's. Like you're a little older than me, Tech, but like nobody was rocking Tim's.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like those are tennis shoes on the East. Like, you dudes hooping in Timbs, dudes got on shorts in Timbs. Like at first they were making fun of me, right? They like, dude, it's hot outside. I was like, eh? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
And what?
But now, then after a while, people started wearing Timbs. They started selling them in all the malls. I know you hear like Sharpstown. Everybody, all the malls had Timberland boots. All of a sudden, Timberlands were hot down here too. So then when lugs came out, it was a chance to do something that not everybody was doing. Nobody made fun of my lugs. I had like 10 colors of Timbs, but I had like 3 colors of lugs. Like, nobody made fun of me though. But in New York, it probably was different. But they weren't cheap though. Timberlands were like $130. They probably like now they still like $140. But then they came out with the it's not called luxury. What is it called? Man, what's the next tier of Timberland boots? Sick. The ones that are $200.
I really don't know. Like I've only had six pairs of Timbs in my life.
Oh,
and they were always
not it.
I bought them for professional reasons, not for fashion reasons.
They look the same as the $140 Timbs, but they cost something that's supposed to be reinforced and higher quality leather, whatever it is.
On the pros, I think they call them.
I think those are for work.
Yeah, that's what I got. Even though I bought them for fashion reasons, like I didn't just get the ones that look good. I bought the ones that I actually got, but the Timberland Pros, right? Because every time I used to buy boots, you know, when I used to work at the airport and other reasons, like I bought boots in terms of function, not fashion. And that's why this is the first time I ever bought some butters, right? Like the brown, if anybody, heaven forbid y'all don't know what I mean by that. The traditional brown ones.
The wheats.
Brown or whatever. The wheats. Yeah, there's many names for that. The wheats. I remember hearing that one. That was always awesome to hear that one. The wheats. I always
Beef and broccoli, son.
beef and broccoli. Yeah,
Broccoli, son.
beef and broccolis. Everybody knows what those are, man. Everybody knows that. There's many names. I love that one too. The beef and broccolis. But like,
Bro, they'll laugh at you for rocking beef and broccoli down here.
mm-hmm. That's what I heard. But like, a New York dude can't wear lugs, not because they're not any good, but because we're so attached to Tim's. It's a part of the New York identity, right?
Right.
So to wear lugs, you're gonna get some crap for that. Not because they're not good or whatever, unless you're wearing them in like a work context or whatever, then people will leave you alone. But in terms of fashion, yeah, people will dunk on you for that.
Honestly, like Tim's a low quality and lugs are low quality.
Yeah.
Like you can't do nothing but walk in them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like the lugs fell apart the same way the Timbs fell apart. Like the front part to start peeling away. You know what I'm saying? They probably got them glued in the same factory.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
it is what it is.
All right, guys, let's start shutting it down. We're about to close it on 3 hours. Yep.
Shut it down, Tech. Shut it down.
Shut it down. I'm gonna give me some lugs now, man. Be like, shut up. Wear me some lugs.
Yeah, but we back, baby. We back.
Well, okay. So next week,
you won't be
about that. He about to hit you with the Bill Lumberg. Yeah.
So
that.
if you guys are down, maybe Wednesday night.
I'll be around. They can do it that Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Because next Thursday I'm heading out of town to Taiwan.
Taiwan?
Ooh.
That's random AF. How the hell are you ending up in Taiwan? Is it work related?
Nah, that's a spring break.
What? You going to Taiwan? Oh, you never
Going
told
to
us about
Taiwan
this
for a
before.
whole
That's
week,
cool.
man. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
We're heading
Enjoy
out
it.
Thursday night.
Why Taiwan though? What's in Taiwan? Just Taiwan?
Well, the wife has family down there, and they're
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So I never knew what your wife was. You just say Asian.
Asian, yeah, but it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Once you started saying that, I'm like, oh, okay.
And so we're going over there for the week. It's gonna be a trip.
Yeah, so have a safe trip, bro.
And so,
From both ways.
Yeah, man.
Get back safe. Get there safe.
So I'll be
back
there
safe.
that Thursday, the following Thursday. So we leave next Thursday, but I'll still be over there the following Thursday, so I'll miss one. But I'll try to do like a show from over there.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know with the whole time difference, because that's kind of like where what's her face?
It's like day and night or
Red
reverse,
Dead like lives in
on
that
the
time
other side of the earth.
over there on the other side. So I kind of be future ahead of you guys.
Future tech.
Yeah. I'll be. Let's see. What time is it now? Let's take a look.
9:42. Oh, what's up there?
Taiwan, yeah. Probably
Time
daytime.
difference. Central time to
8 o'clock.
Taiwan.
8 o'clock in the morning there.
I'm guessing.
Let's see. Taiwan is
Probably
14 hours ahead. So right now it's 9:42 and they're 11:42.
Like
It's
2
11:42.
Yeah.
It's 11:42. Okay.
Yeah. So
Dang.
Going to Taiwan. That's cool,
yeah.
man.
How would that work? So I would have to do like a 8 o'clock in the morning show on a Friday over there for
At what time
for
Friday?
it to be here at 7 o'clock.
Okay, but what time
Bro,
Friday? would it be
like
you?
what's really gonna happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like it's been, the news has been slow. I mean, outside of anything Microsoft does, nothing really happening in gaming.
He's right.
You know what I mean? Like Fable delayed. Oh, we're gonna talk about Fable delayed. The game got delayed. You know, this is what, like, all right, I'm saying this real quick. So like we were saying, you know, delays don't hurt as much when you got so many studios.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're gonna act like Call of Duty is not coming out. Like,
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Fable. That's right.
Microsoft really should like figure out what they're gonna do with the fourth quarter, man. Throwing everything around Call of Duty is not a good play, even if you didn't own them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't own them, you wouldn't have put Indiana Jones by Call of Duty. Nobody does that.
Nobody. That's not good. Yeah. Activision wouldn't have did that if they own both
You know
of
what I'm
them.
saying?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's like that's why I don't think Grand Theft Auto is coming out. If Grand Theft Auto comes out, something else that they announced isn't coming out. Either Mafia, Borderlands, or what's the other one? You got Mafia, Borderlands, Civilization's already out.
Yeah,
Something I'm leaving out. You guys are no help, man.
I'm
Judas.
not even on your track. Oh, yeah. See, I wouldn't remember
Judas.
that.
Judas is published by them. It's from the guy who was a part of making what's that game? BioShock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's making the game that looks like BioShock Infinite. Right. Judas. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I forgot about that game. I was interested in that game.
The only ones I got on my list here is Expedition, which is in March, Atomfall March, South of Midnight April, Doom in May, and then that's it. I mean, what else is coming out? Like,
I'm waiting for Doom. I'm waiting for Shinobi. I'm waiting for Ninja Gaiden. Both of them, like the Retro 1 and 4. I'm waiting for what else am I waiting on? What else is on your list there that you?
I got a bunch of
might not have
2020. Well, should have been 2024, but there's 33 Immortals.
Yeah,
that's coming.
Clockwork,
yeah.
Bro, Clockwork and Judas going head up. That's gonna be crazy.
Towerborn. We haven't heard anything about Towerborn.
Towerborn in a while, yeah. But I think they went back to work on that in the lab a bit more or something.
You got Borderlands. I think you guys said that. What else?
Mafia, Old Country. You got
Old Country. Yep.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Nightingale? Did it ever come out?
And these are all
they came out.
Grand Theft Auto.
Did I remember that one?
Well, I don't play GTA like you, but like I need to finish the campaign in GTA 4.
I need to finish the campaign on the PC version of 5. I beat it on 360 back then, but not on PC. I'm close to the end, but I never finished it. But I just reinstalled it because I bought, amongst other things, a 4 terabyte SSD. The same one I've been talking about for a year. I did buy that and install it and move all my games onto it and stuff, blah, blah, blah. But I reinstalled Grand Theft Auto because it's about to do the patch on, what is it, March 4th? Right? Yeah. With the where it's supposed to be up to date with what the consoles do with ray tracing and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna finish the game then. That's my plan anyway.
All right.
So yeah.
All right.
A
lot of games to play. Too much to play, huh?
Remember, put QuakeCon on your calendar.
Yes.
I'm not reminding anybody. I'm not no secretary shit.
Oh, but let me know when you hear about the hotel deal thing, though.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you're talking about like a discount or whatever?
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it was like $200 a night or so, right?
Yeah.
They do that. I think they do that automatically, though, right?
No, you got to use that special link.
You just need to sign up and then use the Quake and then let them know you're there for QuakeCon.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was. I spent $630 or something like that.
Well, you stayed there. You stayed there all 4 days, didn't you?
No, I for the whole weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay.
You were there Thursday. I got there Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was. I don't think I would do it for 4 days.
Well, I stayed at the hotel the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As for me, but I came in at that Thursday to set up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you brought your whole PC set up. That's why I brought a laptop. Like
that's my son. He didn't. Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring my ROG Ally, and
I was just gonna let him use my other Xbox. He's like, I want my PC. I guess.
Well, it's gonna be crazy. Bring that Ally. Let me see, man. That'd be crazy. Everybody got their whole PCs up there. He gonna be playing on a handheld.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. No, I'm definitely gonna bring one way or another. Even if I was to bring a gaming laptop or anything, I would definitely bring the Ally with me anyway. Like, duh. Right, that's the whole point of it. If I'm traveling, bring it with me, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't own a laptop or anything that's portable. Like, I just set my shit up. I'm not trying to move it all the way to Texas just to have to move it back. I'm not doing all of that, bro.
I wouldn't do that either, man. People do that though. They bring their entire
they on an airplane, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, bro.
No.
Even if I live nearby. Well, if I live nearby, maybe. There used to be a time in my life I went to LAN parties a lot, right? In like my mid-20s. You've seen those pictures of me in school. I was like
nerd,
right? I didn't look like a nerd at all. What the fuck you mean? But
nerd alert.
Nerd, but I was doing nerdy shit. LAN party, right? Whichever, right? But like, so if it was local, like you are tech, I probably would.
Man,
right?
it's far,
Like,
dog. What are you talking about?
It's local for you.
It's like 5 minutes.
You want to talk about far? I live in Pennsylvania. What you mean far? At least you live in the same state.
It's only like
Bro,
10
you
minutes.
live 5 minutes from the Great Wolf.
Yeah, it's only
Me?
like 10 minutes away from my house.
Great Wolf? I do. There's a Great Wolf near here.
I'll be broke. I don't know why, but I like hotel beds, even though my beds are better.
Right? I'm not gonna front on that, man. I was in the industry for a while.
All right,
you know
man.
that.
You guys keep dragging it out. We got to go.
Bye. Shout out to everybody who hung out there.
All right.
Shout out to everybody who hung out with us in the chat. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
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 Peace.